Showtime in 60 seconds. "45 seconds. "30 seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
You roll up to the bar manager that's doing shot color karaoke, and you say, "Hey, how long you been doing this shot color karaoke?" "Oh, we've been doing it for 5 years." "Okay, well, listen, I'm going to let you know that I work for the guy who owns the federal trademark, and Seth, I can actually screenshot the trademark to you, and you show him,
shake him down,
and you be like, "Listen, you know what though? I'm not going to say a word to him, but $500-600 in my left pocket before I leave would probably do the job."
That's a long way in a pipe dream to get to $500, Bubba, but I'm all about it.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Sorry for the delay. I sound horrible.
You want me to get you some honey?
No, I'm fine. I don't have any. I don't have a sore throat. I'm just hoarse from talking a lot the last couple days as I'm, putting together the final touches on this documentary. Well, they're putting on the final touches. I don't have anything to do with it with regards to ownership or anything like that. But they've been taping me a lot, lately. And they're hold on. Oh, he's on. You didn't tell me he wasn't on Dan. Okay,
he's on Dan.
He's on Dan's mic. What microphone? Hello.
Hello. I mean, we're at the gold series headphones, but I'm using the black ones from the left, so I don't mess up.
No, he's on Dan.
But I don't.
I got a red light on.
Well, he's not working it very good, is he?
Yeah, move that mic a little
closer there.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, you've been with me for how long? You got to get that right up on that microphone, Gene Lasker.
I'm right on it.
How many times you seen? Let me tell you something about Bubba. He's got the Pied Piper voice. I see him get ready for the show sometimes, and he kind of arches down a little bit, sticks his neck in, and he gets real close to the microphone, and he turns into a whole different person. Sometimes a monster.
Yeah.
You certainly spent enough time outside of being on the air with me that you can see that, that's like gamed. When I'm on the air, I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on.
Yeah.
You're the same, the mindset you have while you're driving your sprint car,
It's about the same thing you do behind that microphone, but, you exit everybody. That's why it's so funny for me to look over and see Sepp sitting by you, because it just doesn't. That's not you.
Well, I know, but I'm diversifying. I'm diversifying, and
why would you call it that?
Well, just because I'm diversifying my ability to not be so weird and have, to broadcast under normal circumstances. But
you're also running 7-person shows for a while, Bubba, so there's nowhere to really sit.
Nowhere to sit.
Yeah, I mean, like really most shows, most modern terrestrial radio shows have been whittled down to mostly a guy and two people and a producer. That's what most of them. When you went to L.A., Seth, the second largest market in terrestrial radio, what was the support staff of your major market morning show? Like how many bodies? I'm sorry. First, how many on-air bodies?
There were about. There were 2 main on-air bodies.
Yeah.
And then there were, I was the executive producer, and then there was, I think, 2 more people that were full-time.
But
like a stunt guy and then a co-host.
And they were just chimer-inners?
Yeah.
Like via Slate. But we got, at any one time, we have full-timers on the air, not a co-host. We have at least 4 all the time. And then we got, Macho and Rhett, who are part of the show as well and can chime in. So, I mean, we got, 6 people at any one time that could be speaking. That's a pretty large, probably the largest ensemble next to ours would be Howard. Howard might be the only one. I don't know.
Well,
maybe Bob and Tom or something like that.
Being an executive producer, is that just a title to be on the show? Or do you got to do all that paperwork, like all the newspaper articles
paperwork?
That's lummy.
and get all that
Seth,
up.
you got to do the paperwork. See, yes, you. So
we
don't do the clipping.
Got some topics.
We don't. See, you're back. You're so back in the day with me that you remember when you first started appearing on my show about 99.
Oh yeah, you always have about an inch pile of paperwork.
And I had Seth, I don't know if you know this, but I actually taught Robin when we went to Sirius XM. Robin was not doing it this way. She was just having people give her the newspaper and stuff like that. And I taught her how to do this, but I didn't want the newspaper. They had to clip out the actual article from the newspaper. They had to staple it to a piece of white paper, and then they had to research. Like my guys used to have to come in about 4:30.
It was an hour because when I started here, I was hoping 25 kind of staple it, and I never understood why we were doing how we were doing it.
So you would
clip out the little articles and then staple it to the white
articles. First of all, you had to know only articles that I would be interested in. Like I'm not interested in grandma losing her cat and clear. Well, I am, but anyway, I did do a story about a woman losing her cat, Vera West. Let me do a global search on that and see if we see Vera West.
All right,
because I've done a lot of great things. And I don't get credit for them. But anyway, so then, Gene, what I would have him do is read all the article, and then, the internet was really, really primitive back there, but try to do some type of search or try to find a phone number or something for somebody in that article.
Right.
So, then I would try to call them. But the article was clipped out from the newspaper, stapled to a white piece of paper, and then the white piece of paper had the information if they were able to find anything on it.
And it would either make or break the show in the beginning of it before we start, because he'd get mad if they were stupid.
Yeah.
And he was happy as hell if they were all great.
Right. Sometimes they'd just be stupid.
Sometimes he never even made it to the bottom of the pot. That's just all I want. That's all I'm going to do today.
Yeah, I was like, get out of here. But so anyway, when I went to Sirius XM, Robin was literally, just having them cut out the newspaper.
You try to teach her how to do your work?
And she listened. Her executive producer listened and started doing it my way. Now, quickly, technology has taken over, Lummy, where you wouldn't do that in today's. You'd just print the article and maybe have a follow-up page if you of data if you needed so. But yeah, that's the way we used to get ready for the show back in the day. So Gene's an old timer and he remembers that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But in that, I would think that you would know how to talk. But God, you've been on the microphone for years. You got to get up close. You got to get up close on it, buddy.
Yeah.
Lummy, does anybody want to do a food review? This, like, we've talked. We talked about different combinations of people doing food reviews. Like, I think it was like what, you and maybe
Rhett. We were talking about doing one this week.
You and Rhett.
Yes.
And then maybe Babyface and did we have somebody with Seth and Babyface. Oh yeah, hell yeah. And then we got the two chicks, and then we got me. And I think that's a good rotation, unless I was to pick up Lasker one day and him and I go do a food review. Because Lasker put him on he's the rude. Gene is just rude. You're just stiff and rude. So like, welcome to McDonald's. Yeah, let me tell you something. I'll take number 5. Hold the pickles. Don't you put the pickles on there. I'm just telling you right now. It's in the back. And then I'll take all right, yeah. Like, there's no please or thank yous or nothing for you.
You're paying.
I know.
Why you got to please? I mean, really, you're paying.
I'm paying. Why do I got to say please? All right, Gene. Rev, what were you going to say? I think you started to chime in a little bit.
I don't know for sure if our food review is going to be ready and uploaded on Thursday because we're going to film it on Thursday, but I believe we were going to film it before we went to that press conference.
Okay.
Which is later in the afternoon.
So today's when, you know what, I'll get one whipped out today or I'll get one whipped out early tomorrow. You know how I can whip them out on Thursday and usually have them up by like 12:30?
Yeah, man, whip it out.
All right, so I'll do it. I'll do it this week, okay?
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Then,
we'll film one regardless and have it ready to go. It just may not be Thursday.
No, but
just save it for next week.
Save it for save it for next week.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Sethy, maybe one of these days next week you could just go do lunch with Brian. He'll pay. Of course, he's going to pay for lunch. Free lunch, Brian.
I thought you were okay with us doing like a podcast.
Oh, okay. Sure. Absolutely.
I was thinking about naming it "Our Wives Hate Us."
Oh, perfect. No problem.
Okay.
So Gene, you and I need to do a food
review.
So
what the food review? What does that consist of?
Here, I'll show you.
Making the lady mad at the window?
No, just trying to just do
the regular thing. Order your food and get it, and then take a bite and tell you whether it's good.
Yeah.
Cold.
No.
Been sitting there.
No,
stuff like that.
You start the tape rolling when you're going through the drive-through. You get all that interaction. Hey, I like number 4. With fries and a Dr. Pepper, please. Then she, mutters some stuff back, and then you wait in line a little bit, and then it shows you we're videotaping all this, and then the interaction that you have with her. And I usually say, "Hey, my name's Bubba the Love Sponge. I got listen, Gene, you almost got to tell them now. You just got to. I'm a big time YouTube influencer. They don't care about. Most of them don't ever remember me as being on the radio. Most of them don't even know who I am."
So you have to tell them we're YouTubing this?
Yeah, hey, this will let you know we're YouTube food reviews, and we got over it. This is the key. In fact, Seth, I might make Lasker do the ordering and teach him. You try to teach him all the rules and see how bad he messes it up.
Oh, all your rules of doing a food review?
The format of it.
I'd like
this is the format of it. You order. And then you go to the window and pay. When you pay the woman, you tell her.
I don't think you made this up, Bubba. I think this is like the way people normally order food.
Well, Gene wants to know how it goes. So, Gene, what you say to them is, no, most people don't say this, Seth. Most people don't have to say to the person, as there's a camera pointed in their face, because the merch critics, got her on camera saying, that scares people sometimes. Like, listen, I do a food review. Here's my bumper sticker. If you scan the QR code, it'll be up Thursday at 5 p.m. on my YouTube channel. You got to say that spiel. Now, in saying that, there's been a handful of times where the people have like, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be on camera. And that.
Why, you wanted?
Well, see? So again, Seth, if Gene's doing the order and some guy says that, Gene, what are you, wanted? Piece of shit.
Well, you take a little razor blade and stick it between your fingers, and when you go to grab the bag, just wipe it across the bottom, and all the burgers are going to fall out before you get them in the car.
Hold on,
That'd
Gene.
be some pretty good content.
So hold on, Gene.
Hey, pick them burgers up, dude. I just paid for them.
Hey, pick them burgers up, dude.
I want them 4 burgers.
I just paid for them. Say it, Gene. Pick them. Hey, pick them burgers up. All you got to do is have a razor blade in between, like you're a pro wrestler in between the deal. Cut the bag out. Bag falls down.
Boom.
Guy's got to come out and pick out your burgers.
Yeah, because you reach with your left hand and you go to grab the bottom with your right hand and you just kind of swipe it.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. It's happened.
God, the things that the world that he lives in.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Maybe you just let him have creative freedoms over his first one, Bubba, just to kind of see how he would do it.
I'm just giving the bullet points. I'd be like, Gene, here's the bullet points. Order our food. And then once we get there, you got to tell them that we're videotaping them for our big-time food review. And then you give them a bumper sticker that's got a QR code. And you can say, just scan that QR code right there. I'll take you right to it tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
That's cool.
Hopefully you give us some good stuff and we talk about how good your
What
stuff
if
is.
they say no?
What do you mean if they say no?
Then you got to stop the film?
No.
I just do it anyway.
Yeah, you just do it anyway. That's when you're like,
I like it.
hey, listen, we're in public. I'm not recording. Last time I checked, I'm inside my truck. I'm inside my truck, bitch. I mean, so could you see, Seth, where that could go pretty cool?
Absolutely.
With Gene Lasker? I mean, Gene Lasker's a controlled chaos at all times, is he not? Gene, let me, what's new? Because I might take Gene today.
Okay.
What's new?
Well, I know they have something new at Arby's. Let me double check. Is there anything newer? Because Arby's is always...
Lummy, it's going to be kind of crazy, me riding bits. And Gene...
Are you going to be able to handle that?
Well, Gene, because he has to order, so he has to drive.
I've drove you a lot.
I know you have, but I mean, I'm just saying I'm the cameraman and kind of the bitch now, which is fine.
He's going to gas it up in the Crown Vic?
No, we're not driving. We're probably drive. We can drive the Crown. Nope.
He don't let me drive his stuff.
We can't drive the Crown Vic, because because the windshield, the
window's still broken.
The window regulator is still broken, so you have to be the guy that pulls past the. But me and Gene could do it in the smart car. But I think Gene would be caught dead. I mean, Gene.
I don't want to be in that thing.
Right.
That's too dangerous.
We'll just take your dually, okay?
Yeah.
We'll see how good you are at going through drive, because I know you hit the corner like I do all the time. It's tough to take a dually.
I don't hit anything.
Hold on, you're going to try to tell me that you can drive a dually through any drive-through and never hit the tires.
Yeah. Come on.
A lot.
I mean,
okay.
I might have to back up a hair.
No, back it up.
Oh, you have to just a little bit.
Well,
especially like the Dairy Queen over there on Fletcher and Dale Baby.
Let me. What's new that me and Gene can do either today or tomorrow? And based on Gene's schedule, we'll do it today, tomorrow. So
tomorrow will be better for me. But let's go to the that burger place, the new burger place on Dale Mabry called I don't know the name of it. It's a new burger place.
Is it a drive-through?
Yeah, Gene, they have to.
I don't know if it's got a drive-through or not, but it's got to be a drive-through.
Gene, you got to understand, you can't do the food review unless there's a drive-through.
They got a gold burger, and you eat the gold with it.
I'm sorry, what?
It's called a gold burger, but it's got like a gold wrapping on it, but you eat it.
I mean, you got to go inside for that, Bubba.
Man, the things that Gene gets himself involved in and things that he knows.
I got to Google it. Goldburger Tampa.
Let me see.
Yeah, Gold Burger. It's on Dale Mabry.
Oh, yeah.
Have you eaten there yet?
No.
At TNT Burger?
TNT
Burger. What? Now, let me send me
the gold, but then you eat the gold.
Gene, can you send me some type of?
Yeah, I'm sending you a website real quick so I can do a little more research.
And now what Gene did?
This place looks cool.
And they got a big light, a light show goes on there. But they got where you take.
They got a big light show goes on like you're at 4th of July.
What do you call it? The needle, and you stick the needle right in through the burger and then fill it up.
Oh, they do that, or they give
you do it.
They give you a needle.
Yeah,
like infuse it with something.
Yeah, you infuse it. Yeah,
with like cheese and all that.
I don't know what's in it. I don't know what's in it, but it's a big old, horse looking.
You're perfect. Now, how far from this from your let's say?
I never been there. I just
no. I'm asking you. Is it like
South Dale Mabry? So it can't be far.
Is it like by Al Lopez Park?
No, it's more south than that. South of 275.
Yeah, it's probably
no. Sorry, it's by Carrollwood Hospital.
It's by where?
Carrollwood Hospital.
Oh, so then you would.
Oh, that's not bad. It's just 10 minutes.
Out of Lasker's place, you'd make a left.
Yeah.
Right, and head up. Probably go over Hillsboro. And so, is it that way, Gene?
I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, it's between Waters and Hillsboro.
Okay, it's called TNT Burgers. You can get the original. Or you can get, they got all kinds of different things here. Do they have a menu on the deal? Burger trends, burger inspirations, burger tips.
Look up the gold burger. Can you really eat the gold?
I don't know.
Like a gold wrapper.
I got a picture that looks like it's like gold foil. I mean,
but you're supposed to be able to eat it.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, Gene, can you find? I mean, can you find?
I'm looking for it now.
For the gold burger.
You got to go in, sit down. Might take a little bit of time. So.
Here, I'll send you the picture, Lummy.
Yeah, Lummy. Boy, this
it's
place
supposed to be some kind of a food wrapper where you can eat right through it.
Right.
You don't even got to unwrap your burger.
Well, Gene, we got to go do this because there's a lot of things we got to figure out whether you can eat the wrapper or whether you can't. Maybe you have to ask the girl that. Hey, let me tell you something. You able to eat the wrapper on this? This is what my buddy Fred said. He ate the wrapper. Gave him the poops all day though. How about it? Let me. Do we have?
Well, Seth said he was sending it to me. I didn't get it from him.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in your I'm gonna put it in your chat, Bubba.
Oh, okay. Put it in my chat.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Just give me a second here, okay?
We're trying.
I wasn't prepared for this, okay?
Oh, I understand, buddy.
All right.
I understand.
Just trying. Okay.
So, Gene, if we do a food review, this is where we're going to go. We're going to go to the Gold Burger, okay?
Okay.
All right. Tell me when you've sent it, buddy.
I sent the syringe thing that Gene's talking about.
You sent what?
The syringe thing that Gene's talking about.
They stick it right in the burger. Pop it in, squirt it.
Right here? Oh, okay. That's kind of neat.
You can put as much juice in it as you want.
Yeah, juice it up. Gene, we got to get the juice burgers. You know we do, don't we?
I want to eat through my wrapper.
Yeah, well, I want to eat through my wrapper with a juice kicker.
I don't want to have to unwrap nothing to pick up that burger and bite.
You nor Rhett nor even Seth had known about this
Well, it's
place.
not a drive-through. We don't look for anything that's not a drive-through.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
and I sent you the Gold Burger thing.
Okay.
Can you eat it?
It looks like you can eat it.
All right, hold on here.
That's what I want.
Now, Seth, can we do a food review inside without the drive-through? Do you just set your little tripod up there and me and Gene sit?
Those are good-looking fries too.
Sit beside each other and just
got the skin on it.
Talk to the camera and do it right there.
I mean, you and Gene out to lunch with a Gold Burger. I mean, to me,
Gene,
that's as good as it gets.
Now, Lummy, what is this? The Gold Burger?
That's the Gold Burger.
You eat right through the wrapper.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
it's weird calling it a wrap. You think it's lettuce? Like, what do you think it's gold dipped?
What do you think it is?
Gold lettuce? I don't know.
But it's something that you certainly would love for us to review, would it not?
I'd like to see how it comes out when you poop, too.
Gene, so tomorrow, Gene, listen, Gene, I'm going to tell you. So tomorrow, I'm going to pick you up about 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Because that way we beat the rush.
Okay.
So I'm going to come from here.
I won't mind pooping gold.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I don't mind pooping gold.
I mean, that's going to be new.
I pooped green, and that means you got
pooped every color there is, but
yeah, I've never pooped gold. If you did poop real gold, would you try to strain it out with a
Well, of course.
Oh, Jesus.
What are you talking about?
Take it down to the pawn shop. Be like, how many ounces of gold do I got in my poop?
A real 49er.
Yeah. So, Lummy, that is.
Look at that shot.
Is that like mayonnaise, or is that their special sauce?
It looks like you could put any type of sauce you want in there.
Oh, you pick the sauce.
Yeah, there's different sauces.
Yeah, you just fill it up with them little jars there.
Man, everything's so gimmicky,
you have to.
I'm just getting ready to say, it's so intriguing.
How many burger places are there? I mean, you got to have an infusion with a gold kicker.
Like, if I'm going to be honest with you, in all my years of being a fat ass, I've been eating probably every hamburger from every franchise known to man for the most part, Lummy.
You didn't jam a syringe in one.
I've never jammed a syringe in one, and I want to bad. I mean, this thing. I mean, literally, I want to do that.
Bubba, take it out and then try to shoot it in your arm and see if anybody stops you.
I sent you their Instagram. They just have some different pictures of their burgers and.
Well, Gene, so tomorrow, around 11 o'clock.
This is why you can charge $20 nowadays for a burger and fries. No one's going to really say anything because it's got a syringe in it.
Well, I mean, I'd pay. Listen, a lot of times, you get the bill and you're like, man, lunch was just for yourself like $13. Well, I don't mind paying a little extra and it's just the run of the mill, whatever the hell you got. But if this was, a few dollars
gimmicks
more
in there and the burger's worth it.
Yeah, like if this was like, $14, something just a little bit more, I'd pay for it because you're getting a gimmick. Right?
Wait, it's $99.
What was that?
Bubba, it's $99.
What is?
The Gold Burger.
What?
Because that's real gold.
Looks like it's on Gene.
These restaurants are straight up lit. It's a whole vibe. Okay, but now let's talk about these beauties. This is their vaccine burger. You literally inject smoked sauce into it. So fun.
Brilliant, right? Brilliant marketing. Brilliant marketing.
The Bella Ciao burger was my favorite. It came with burrata, balsamic glazed tomatoes, and pesto sauce. It's like a classy Italian dinner slapped between two buns. Then there's this mozzarella beast. It's a cheese overload.
Wow, this place looks amazing.
In the best way possible. And don't sleep on their loaded fries. Follow for more.
Look at that.
Go. These are the craziest burgers you could find in Tampa. Oh, and they're freaking delicious. Today I'm checking out their new...
Why did it have the price on it?
Yeah, it said $99.99.
I'm going to have to let it go again, or do I just refresh it?
But what's with the lights here? That's in the bathroom?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So when you go in the bathroom, you act like you're at a 70s discotheque?
Yeah, nice.
All right, hold on here.
Girls like taking pictures in the bathroom.
You could find in
Hold on.
Tampa. Oh, and
I got to stop.
they're freaking delicious.
Stop.
It says $99.99.
24 karat real gold burger. Gene, we got to get one and split it.
We got to eat it?
I'll pay for it. I got $100. I'll pay for it. Yeah, we got to eat it, Gene. This is like, Seth, would you not agree? This is one
Bubba,
of
we can't pay $99 for a burger. That's just really wrong.
But Seth,
yes, sir.
How many people are wanting to know?
A lot.
Like,
let's just order it, touch it, and then give it back.
Gene, how about this? Order it, take 2 bites out of it, then give it back.
I really don't like that.
Just give us $78
Gene,
back.
I'll take a bite of it. You take a bite of it, so we can both give our analysis, right?
Yeah.
And then Gene, because you don't care about what people think about you.
No.
You walk up there, throw the tray, say, "Let me tell you something. I need my money back. This was horrible.
Terrible.
I mean, this was horrible. In fact, I'm getting ready to
just
go.
leave the $4 on there for the fries if they were all right.
Yeah, so give me 96 back. $4 for the fries were pretty good. 2 drinks.
How many burgers you think they sell for $100 a burger?
You know what? I'm telling you, I bet you they sell 10 a day.
Damn it!
I bet you they do.
Probably more on the weekends.
Yeah. Lummy, me and Gene tomorrow are going to TNT Burger, and we're going to order two different burgers: a gold burger.
And then a fusion burger.
And then a fusion burger.
Nice.
Oh my God, that's a whole Donner's hobby box right there. 3 autographs.
So we can take I can take the infusion part, make like I don't know what I'm doing, and squirt it right across the room.
Yeah.
Seriously, I can hit the lady right next to me.
You literally could be like, let me see what
sorry
this
about
is.
that. Let me get that off of you.
You pull it out and you're looking at it like a kid. You're like, let me see, what am I
poke you right in the eye, boy.
What am I supposed to do with this? Hold on, blip, and then you shoot it clear up in the air, right over like it's a
That's
fountain.
what I want to do.
Well, Gene, that's gonna have to be our next visit, okay?
And it's a big, it's heavy duty too. It's a big one.
Oh, it's a big one. It's like the kind they'd suck out some,
like you do a turkey thing with.
Yeah, It's
nice.
like something the horse would get an injection with, right? Like when they give the horses and the cows their vaccines, they don't use those little syringes they do on people. They use the big ones like this.
This is where you need to bring your mom and Tara. Then you can embarrass Tara. She'll be so mad at you because you squirt her with it.
No, Tara.
And you bring the deep fib machine too.
Hold on, listen to me, Gene. You don't squirt Tara. You squirt Tarek because Tara's the millionaire that's paying for it. You don't squirt Tara. Gene, if in the squirt game, you don't squirt the guy.
I know, but she would be upset. She would be upset.
What if you said, Bubba?
Hold on, she absolutely adores you.
I love her too.
Why are you squirting her?
Because it's fun.
What if I squirted your wife?
Well.
717-320.
Hold on.
I have to wipe it up.
Well, see, there would be a little bit of a problem. You probably want to whip my ass.
That's your sister. It's his wife.
I know that's the same. I have this as much, she's just as much important to me as his Gene is his wife.
You've urinated on her, and you're mad if he's going to squeeze some sauce.
I don't look at Tara as a wife. I look at her as one of the boys because she's just fun.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, let's just not, Gene.
You can't squirt the millionaire.
You can't squirt the millionaire.
But what if you said to Tara, like, "Hey, do you want to take the whole show out for $100 burgers at all this weekend? Do you think she'd be up for it?"
Let's not
show bonding.
Let's just
show bonding.
Let's just let Tara
$1,000
because I'm gonna return.
McDonald's.
I'm gonna return the hell out of my gold burger. So
no, it's gonna be Gene and I tomorrow. Gene, I'll pick you up I'll be at your shop at 11.
Okay.
And then whether we take your dually or we take we probably should take my smart car because it's not a drive-through deal. Or I guess you don't want to be seen. I don't think you want to see. I don't think you want to be seen in a smart car.
Don't really want to.
All right.
I mean, you probably make me, but I don't really want to.
All right, we'll figure it out. But Gene, good find we're always looking for new places and new gimmicks and leave it to Gene. The pulse. Gene has kind of the pulse of the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Someone's got to.
Gene's kind of got a pulse of the streets, right?
Yeah.
Gene, have they cleaned up? To Drew, I know you're on the
outer.
Oh,
yeah, they're cleaning up Drew Park badly.
But I mean, you're on the outer skirts of Drew Park.
There ain't much
Like, there was a lot of sex places there back in the day. Like back in 2000.
They're gone.
They took them all out?
All. Well, there's two, video places and toys. They got the toys.
Oh, okay.
And clothes,
but not like real strip joints where women are dancing and.
Well, you got one of those still there.
You do?
Yeah, one of those.
I can only imagine the women that strip and the women that strip.
I can't imagine
in Drew Park.
I don't go there. I mean, I've never been there.
Hey, boy, back in the day though, man, Drew Park was pretty rough,
Nasty.
wasn't it?
You remember?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to have a gun to go into Drew Park.
Gets cleaned up pretty much because there's not that much commercial land around in Tampa for people to have businesses. So everybody,
big reputable places are coming in and buying,
and mowing stuff down and putting brand new buildings up.
They're doing teardowns.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Lummy, did you see Will Wilson?
Yes, he sure will. 25.
And what was the other one on the
717 JOR?
Did you ever ask Will about is he involved like what we think and he's into a poly deal?
He said no comment.
He's involved.
I saw a picture of him and I guess his wife and the girlfriend on Facebook, and it looks like they're all intertwined.
Yeah.
If I can just judge a book by its cover.
I mean, I've never seen in a public setting where Will and his wife doesn't have the girlfriend Kelly. Like Kelly's I've never seen her not there. So I think that they're all shacking up. If you can pull that off, Lummy, that's cool.
If you can have two ladies?
Yeah. Can you imagine?
No.
If Phoebe, can you imagine if Phoebe said, "Listen, Seth,
no, I can't.
You can have a hot, you can have a woman that's attractive, and will live with us, and will just do nothing but play around with us when we want to."
No.
She just stays in the spare bedroom and does her thing and works and things like that.
Seems weird to have a sex slave and a daughter at the same time.
Yeah, I think you got to have all the kids out of the house.
I think
you got to be. I think you got to be empty nester.
I gotta lean towards
Hold on, Seth. You were saying if like she came in, she did all your cleaning, all your cooking, and everything.
What am I gonna tell my daughter?
Yeah, but I don't
hey,
think
it's
that's
mommy and daddy's friend that
That's your
we bone
maid.
when you go to bed.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you don't have to tell your kid everything.
Well, I'm gonna have to say something, Bubba. She's inquisitive. She's smart.
This is mommy and daddy's housekeeper.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Well.
But I don't know that Brandy. I don't know that Will's. I don't know that she deems herself a housekeeper. I think she's got a full-time job.
Everyone's got their own setup. I don't know what I don't quite know. I don't have this. This is not going to be a scenario for me, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I think you have to be an empty nester. You can't have any kids around, and I don't think Will has any kids around.
I don't think he does
I think
anymore.
his kids are grown.
Yeah, I think
so.
they are.
Maybe you bring in the poly. Is it poly? What's it called? Polyamorous. Polyamorous. And that's where a guy has like two women who serve him. That sounds pretty cool.
And the girls actually like each other.
They like each other, and they're hot. And Will's wife wants you to always feel her boobs. Did you know that, Lummy?
No, I did not.
Oh yeah, maybe you don't. Maybe she treats you a little different than me. But
think
she's
so.
like, go ahead and grab them. Just go ahead and play with them. That's what she tells me.
Shut up, dude.
No,
she tells you to get the hell out of here.
Will, who Lummy, I think has your direct line.
Yeah, he just texted me. He said, just so I'll let it out there. Brandy lives in the mother-in-law suite.
Okay, and then so have Will confirm that his wife. Every time I see her, she's like she encourages me to grab her boobs and like really fondle them.
Why?
Because she likes that's what she
likes you, or she likes her.
I think that's kind of like that's our thing.
That's how you greet her.
And you do that?
That's our thing.
No, but I'm like, hey, what's up, Brandy? What's up, Callie? And then I think it's Will's wife. Yes.
And then you just reach right over and grab them.
She's like, hey, like she'll grab her own boob. And then she'll say, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna take these things for a spin. Lummy, I did it at your birthday party Saturday at the castle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Will.
I don't want to be weird,
right,
Bubba, but that's cuck-like behavior.
Will.
That's exactly.
Will, you are there, and I ask if it's okay, and you're like, yeah, confirm, Will.
Yeah, he said.
Go ahead, Tom. I want to hear what he said exactly.
He put, ha ha ha. She thinks it's funny when Bubba grabs her boobs and air grips.
Yeah. So would you validate?
Oh, so you just do it. It ain't her wanting it.
No, I mean
She volunteers it out there.
Gene, you can't do it if a girl doesn't want it. You're gonna get put in jail.
I've seen you do it before.
If you go up and grab a girl's ear and then her knockers, you've seen me do it before.
Grab the ears. You hear my bump the boob as it's moving.
You go over the shirt or under the shirt, Bubba?
I don't do any of that.
Depends on the strap on the shoulder.
We did have over the years of some of the meet and greets that we did. That Gene and I did. Man. We would go to a racetrack like in Brunswick, Georgia, and I'd be syndicated up there. So we'd be like the biggest show. Like not only were we coming to race in the Team Hogan matching NWO badass. I mean, our cars, our sprint cars, Gene, looked better than any.
They were second to none in the country.
Hold on, than any sprint car, even in the world of outlaws.
Yeah.
They were the two baddest ass looking. I drove the red and yellow babyface Hogan car, and Gene drove the bad guy NWO car, and it was just like it was badass. And then after the track, Lummy, all the race car drivers always hated me and Gene because I would spend all week promoting the race. Actually putting asses in the seats because most racetracks can't afford radio advertising. It's so expensive. So it's just word of mouth and
because of what we would do, they wouldn't charge us to get in.
I would get a hold of the promoter and I'd say, hey, listen, I'll talk about Team Hogan, Gene Lasker, Bubba the Love Sponge coming to your track this Saturday night, but it's going to cost you 8 pit passes. And then me and Gene need 200 apiece to do a meet and greet afterwards where we provide the pictures and everything, take pictures of the fans. And that's what I will get. So then, Lummy, word like Lee Scrape or somebody caught word of, because our bands were different colors than their bands.
That's how we got caught.
A promo band's different color than a regular band.
Yeah.
So we had like these glaring pink bands, and they figure out that we're getting in free. These poor guys are paying $35 a person to get in. Unless they win, they're not making money. Blowing what, Gene? Probably at that time $600 to $700 worth of tires. Right?
Yep, easy.
And then they figured out. Then they found out not only do me and my entire crew get in free, but we also have coned off parking, and then afterwards me and Gene will go do a meet and greet. And so when these guys would be pulling out of the track, they'd see Gene and I sit on a picnic table, and literally, I'm not exaggerating, 200 people in line to get an autograph or picture.
And they're not getting
Gene,
one.
And they're going home in their open trailer with their 79 Ford F-250 7.3 liter. Although those were badass, weren't they, Gene?
Yes.
The 7.3s are the. Did you know that I have a 7.3 with only 195,000 miles on it?
What's it at the track?
No, it's at the track in an E350 van. When I first went to Bubba 98.7 and Beasley bought it from CBS, they had this. Remember the old QIK Road Patrol?
Yeah.
I bought that, and it's a big 7.3. It has lights all over it. So I got it. So I have a 7.3.
That's good.
So anyway, they were all pulling out in these, these little rigs. Me and Gene, meanwhile, we had a toter home.
We had a Kodiak
that could sleep like 6. You could
three-car hauler.
You could 3-car hauler, all on the side of it. I mean, you might be able to find a picture, Lummy. All lettered out. These guys were lucky to get one sponsor, like Jim's Lawnmower Shop, for $1,500 a year. Me and Gene had $210,000 worth of sponsorship.
We had Hooters and Miller Lite. No, not Miller Lite.
Yeah, we had Miller Lite.
Yeah, was it Miller Lite?
Miller Lite gave us 25, and Hooters gave us 15. And then we had, what were the hardware, the floor people, the wood floor people.
Oh yeah.
Lumber liquidators?
Yeah, we had lumber liquidators. We had Winners Rear End. We got freaked.
Yeah.
I mean, we got free parts, K&N, weld wheels. I mean, fast wings, fast wing wings. KSE, power steering.
I see one of Gene's, or you're in Gene's car. I just sent it to you.
Okay.
The 98 Rock,
and so
the Hogan car.
So they hated us. They hated me and Gene. And they just
click on it.
Oh yeah. Now hold on. Wait till you see how there's not a car right now in America on any sprint car series, whether it's the Kyle Larson, high limit deal, whether it's the World of Outlaws, that is this cool looking. Huh. I mean, look how badass that is. We had this was all custom hand painted by a guy named Gary Smith.
Yeah.
And then we had Miller Lite, we had Hooters. 98 Rock used to write me a check for $5,000.
Yeah.
for real. 98 Rock would write me a check for $5,000. So, we had
Steps towing up there. What's on the top of the wing up there?
I know we had Morgan. And,
Morgan
that was Double J Holmes.
Remember
they gave us $5,000 to do. So we would sometime, like, Double J Holmes was in Jacksonville. If we had a race on Saturday in Jacksonville, we would do, and I would use my show to promote it. So the guy would spend no money with the radio station because I was a subcontractor. I wasn't an employee of the station, so I could do like plug Ola and pay Ola because it's my airwaves. It's like
it was in Yulee, Florida.
And so this guy walked up to this guy one time at the track. He was, looking at the race cars. He goes, I own a mobile home manufacturing, double wide deal called Double J Homes. And I forget what part of Florida.
Yulee.
In Yulee, Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Do you know who? Trivia question for you. I think that a very famous, one of the best NFL running backs currently is from Yulee, Florida.
Are you thinking Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
He's not Yulee.
Oh, it wasn't?
He's from Yeehaw Junction, I think.
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
I mean, relook. But I thought that Derrick Henry was from Yulee. So as a businessman, Seth, we probably raced 10 or 15 times in Jacksonville. And so like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, yeah, Yulee.
We would, hold on, say it. I'm sorry. What's
Yulee.
that? One more time.
Yulee.
I didn't hear the Bubba. Oh my God, you were absolutely correct about that.
You are correct.
All right, Bubba, how about this? What team does he play for?
He plays for the Titans. Oh, did he just get traded? No, he's free
signed
agent.
with someone else.
Free agent.
Yeah.
Oh,
with a pretty good quarterback.
The Titan let him go?
Yeah.
Who?
Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, my God. They're going to be unstoppable.
Pretty much.
Oh, my God. Man, everybody's fighting for second on that deal. So this guy would give me like $10,000, Lummy, and we would say, listen, we'll do 2. Not only will I talk about you on my show, not only will we put you on your car, but we'll do 2 appearances where on a Saturday that we're going to race just down the road, we'll show up at 11 o'clock and do 11-1 autograph session. Come meet Gene and Bubba and Team Hogan. And honest to God, there'd be 500-600 people show up.
Easy. He had free food. He had a big lunch going on. And
so then I would...
Little band.
Yeah, I mean, that's how, that just, as cool as it was for us, Gene, you got to admit, I got to go to words. But
we had Temco on there, too. Remember that girl that gave us a bunch of money?
Yeah.
I sent you one little video of your car.
All of our oil for free, everything. But in doing that it's great. It's great for me and Gene, but it also made every race car driver hate you.
Yeah.
This is my late model, Lumby. This is my dirt late model when I left Gene to go drive for Keith Nobb's bitch. Same deal.
But yeah, you had a lot of sponsors on that one.
Oh, I have a lot of. Gene, you would so hate these cars.
It's too much work, man, all them pop rivets.
Well, not that, but they drive lazy compared to what you're used to.
Yeah,
no. You did, though, in your early stages of East Bay, drive the Bombers, didn't you?
And yeah, the limited late models. But
How many years?
1.
So you just drove 1 year?
I drove street stocks for 2 years, and then I drove the limited late models for 1 year, and then I got into sprints.
Right. What was your first year at East Bay?
What year was it?
Yeah, what was your first year? Well, that first year that you drove your first year of street stock.
Probably in 96.
Oh, so not too. Oh, you'd only been racing.
I didn't start racing.
Like when I started, screwing with you in '99.
I was brand new.
You were brand new.
Yep.
Well, hell, you were winning when you were brand new.
In the street stock, yeah, not in the sprint cars. In the sprint cars, I didn't. It took me 2 years to win, and then on my fourth year. Then I really started winning.
Yeah. When we come back, by the way, Gene Lasker, our guest today. Tomorrow, Gene and I are going to TNT Burger
Get infused.
And we're going to buy a $99 gold wrapper hamburger. Now, G and I, since this $99 burger, we're going to have to split. I really only like lettuce, cheese, ketchup, bacon.
I'm good with that. I don't care what's on it.
And bacon. Like I don't like mayonnaise and I don't like pickles.
Truly, I like my burger ketchup only.
Oh, okay. Then okay. But you could go with some bacon, couldn't you?
Yeah, I can.
How about a little cheese?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Cheese, bacon, ketchup with the Goldberger kicker.
Now you got a $150 burger on your hands.
Yeah.
Charge that much for the extra condiments?
Oh, yeah. It's going to pop out of the gold. You got to put more gold on it to hold all the bacon.
So I wonder if we can't eat the gold because it's real. You just got to save it, and it's worth probably about $20.
No, Gene, we're gonna videotape
us eating it.
Well, no, us asking while we're ordering it. While we're ordering it, we're like, hey, we do a famous food review, and we found out about all this. Is it true that you really eat the gold? And we'll have the person explain it to us. Okay. Tomorrow, I'll be at your shop at 11 tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
You're just pooping it out.
We're in there that you can eat it.
Yeah, you can eat it.
You can eat it.
There's pictures on their Instagram. That's why I said you can see where they got bites sticking out.
Of the.
Well, I mean, will you see when the brickyard is?
The little place that the guy got. He's a Vietnamese or Thai food or whatever it is, and it had some sushi and had these gold leaves on the center of it, and you just ate the whole thing with the gold leaves. It looked like a piece of plastic, what it looked like, but it just melted in your mouth and had no taste.
That's what this thing. Well, what I see on the bun, it looks like it's just on the bun, and it just kind of melts. It kind of flakes off a little bit. It looks like. July 21st.
All right. So this Saturday.
Oh shit!
It was just last week that I found this burger place because I was sitting at my desk and I said, I want a good burger. Well, I want the closest burger place that is different, so we go somewhere we're different. I know that burger.
It looks like it's in Burger Monger, the old Burger Monger.
Burger Monger's good.
But it looks like that's where it is now.
Gene, I got a proposal.
I could be wrong. But
Gene, I got a proposal for you.
Burger Monger's a little bit further.
I got a proposal for you.
It's past Waters.
Hey, fuckface, I got a proposal for you. You listening? Now, don't forget our mics are hot here. People can hear this, so we got to kind of kayfabe. But if you wanted, did you see you haven't seen my gym, have you?
You talking to me?
Yeah, you.
Is that who you call fuckface?
Yeah, come on. Let me show you something.
Asshole.
Come on. If I can't call you fuckface, then what else can I?
You can, but I didn't think you would call me that.
Well, I am. Why not?
What up, Buck? What's up, Danny? Oh, purple jersey's in there. Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate that, man. It's been getting old fast lately. What up, David? What up, Chris? What up, Don't Panic, It's Organic? Paul, Dave, Neil. Neil, thanks for the message, buddy. What's up, Tim? What did you get, Drastic? Anything good? I haven't opened one of those value packs at all. And Donruss for Baseball comes out today, which is good value. It's unlicensed, but real good value. What up, Chris? Thanks, Pilkington. I appreciate that. Oh, shit. There you go. Bryce Young Platinum. You can only go up from here.
Sorry, I'm not sure it's not here. You want to take next break?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Thank you, Sean.
I just 820's towers down.
Oh, yeah. No.
Everyone that's wondering about 820, the tower's down.
I know it's always...
And on days that you
I'm
can
sure
make
fixing it.
like on
I would do it at least 3 days a week.
right. Monday, Wednesday. No, Monday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Liz,
No, we can't do Fridays.
Trickney,
Can't do Fridays.
Paul.
So we do like
Monday, Tuesday,
Seth.
Wednesday.
no Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Sean.
Tuesday, Thursday.
You know,
Yep.
or Monday, Wednesday.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Missed part of the show? We got you covered at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to Bubba Live Worldwide.
I'm serious about that, Gene. That would be great.
Yeah, that would be.
And I got the news just from looking at like your Instagram or your Facebook, and I saw you at a gym one day working out. And you're like, I'm just trying.
We did it for a whole year.
Trying my hardest.
I am trying my hardest. I mean, I had videos of me falling off the bench, rolling onto the floor. And my buddy's going, man, you put that on Facebook?
Yeah,
I go, yeah, that's the truth. That's what happened to me.
So I may start training Gene here at the Clem Gym 3 days a week on his lunch hour.
Oh, nice.
And Gene, literally, honest to God, I can get you through a really good workout in 45 minutes.
Right, that's all you need.
45. So we're gonna be busting ass one right after the other.
Right.
But for 45 minutes, then you take and then I got a shower here, and boom, get the hell out, and boom, you're pumped. Lummy, it was because the great Bruce Midori / Big Woody Brad James.
Yes.
On 1040 and AM 820, they run the. I think they run the. Is it the? I don't know if it's NASCAR or it's IndyCar. What race is it? The Brickyard?
The Brickyard 400?
Is the Brickyard 400 this Saturday?
Looks like that. Yeah, July 21st.
All right. So I got, because of Bruce being some type of like an affiliate of either NASCAR or IndyCar or something like that.
We got pit passes?
Well, I don't know. We just got regular tickets. Oh. But let me, in this order, listen, there are tickets we can do what we want. In this order, I have two pairs, so I have 4 tickets. Between John Costica, Scott Landers, and Cable Dog. You three, I think you all three have my number. Text me if you want a pair of tickets to the Brickyard for this weekend. I don't know much about the tickets, where they are. You might be able to find out where they are and stuff like that. But in this order, John Costica, Scotty Landers, Cable Dog. I have 2 sets. I'm assuming one absolutely doesn't want to go or can't go. Maybe all 3 of them have plans for this week and they can't go. And if if we have any left, like all 3 don't want to go or only one takes it, then I'll open up the,
Is this an Indiana thing?
Yeah, because you wouldn't want to fly up.
No.
This is kind of territorially Bubba Army deal. So yes, it's kind of for anybody that lives in Indiana. So I figured, well, since we're going to do it for somebody that lives in Indiana, we might as well ask our royalty first.
Yeah.
Offer them first right of refusal, and then and of course I'm not going to ask Sumo or Gooch or Rico. They all got if Sumo really want to go, he'd get a hold of Tony and get picked. He'd be like get a hot pass. Gooch. Gooch will probably be there anyway, maybe for the Xfinity team. I don't know. Did you see where Tony's out? He's selling all of his charters.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, it's the best thing ever.
Right.
He's like, NASCAR has just here we are giving away tickets to NASCAR, talking bad about him. I don't find myself watching.
It's just changing so much, now it's all about the money. It's not about the good drivers getting in there.
It's about their dads writing checks.
Exactly.
And here's the sad thing about it is, Tony Stewart. I asked Tony one time. I said, Tony, if Nelson, that's his father, who was a shop teacher, he was a shop teacher in high school. So they don't make. And I think his mom was like a secretary or worked at a doctor's office or something like that. Just the average American family. I said, could your dad have written $1 million check for you to get your first Indy ride?
No.
Could Jeff Gordon's family have written $400,000 check to Keith Kuntz to get into midgets?
Nope.
That's what you got to do now.
Yep.
You got to write a check.
That's what they do.
It does not matter. Racing does not matter on how good you are. It's your dad. It's how much money you got, and then they'll put you on a simulator for 12 hours a day, and they'll make you good. I saw the most interesting thing, Gene, a few weeks ago, and it was GM Technologies, and it was the NASCAR. It was the NASCAR division of Chevy, and it showed the 7-day preparation on the engineering side of what Chevy does as a manufacturer to get ready for a race in NASCAR. So they come back on day 7 and do the debriefing. That's the day of. And then Monday they scan the complete, all done with AI technology. Let me see if you can find it.
Okay.
GM race day support or race preparation, things. So then, Gene, they go out and they completely map out the track with AI, and then they put that setup on the car, a setup on a car, and then they got that 7-post shaker, and that car actually does the entire race with them monitoring shock travel and steer camber, the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
Then hold on. Then they set the car up to be optimal with with the computer driving the car, which there's no mistakes. He's not over driving the corner. They figured out what the entry speed needs to be. Then they take that data and put it into their simulators, and their drivers then race the race with a simulator on data that's been provided on their 7-post shaker.
Wow.
And
that'll
then,
make you good on it.
And then they go and put it and the last step is the guys arrow it out. So they take all these specs and things and make the car that much slicker in certain spots, like that an indentation or a little divot or just a little little sheet metal adjustment here and there, on the hood. I think
I sent it to you. I was trying to find a video, but I think this is it.
It was a video.
Yeah, it's 4 minutes and 54 seconds.
Yes, I think this is it.
Okay.
I think this is it. Let me show. Oh, yeah. So, Gene, who would have ever thought that racing would be like this? Check this out. And see, a guy like my son or a up and coming hot shoe, because his dad can't write the check. And you know what? You don't have to be that good anymore. You don't have to be that good. They'll make you good. How do you not get good when you got this? Gene, this will blow you away. Check this out.
When one race ends, the countdown to the next one begins. This is our 7-day development cycle. Our team, as soon as we leave from Victory Lane, we have performance engineers that are analyzing data. We want to know, what do we do right? What do we do wrong? How can we improve? Artificial intelligence and machine learning is huge. All of the data that we have.
So, Gene, look at all that. They take every ounce of data from the race they just ran that night, and they put it into a machine, and it shows you, it shows you probably how the car
is being pushed to our crew chiefs and our race engineers on the pit box in real time. Those things all add up and can make or break your race win.
by the time the planes land from the racetrack with the personnel at the track, the post-event report first draft is already up.
Yeah, so they electronically send this information, Gene, while they're at the track. So by the time they land into Charlotte, all this stuff's uploaded into the computers, and they're talking about it.
Do you think that Earnhardt would have listened to this?
Hell no. They would have said, hey, Dale, come in here Sunday night and let's talk about how your right front shock traveled, 3/4 of an inch too much, causing you to push in turn 1 for 50 of the 150 laps.
And this machine's going to teach you
and
how
this
to race.
machine's going to show you how to deal with that right shock problem. But, hold on, though. But this might make Dale Earnhardt unbeatable. Like, if, Dale could drive an ill-handling car and win, imagine if your car was just perfect. If your car's perfect, how good are you?
Wow.
I mean, Gene, you know how good of a sprint car driver you were, and it was always about setup, right?
Yeah.
And you, a lot of times, would hit a perfect setup.
Yep.
And you'd write that down. Okay, listen, I got 25s on the right. I ran 1,000 on the left. I ran a 975 on the left front. I ran an easy up, a tie down on the left.
Bumper on the left rear,
yeah.
2 turns on the right front.
Right. And Gene, you went out and just absolutely waxed them. You would be like, man, Jimmy Dials, save that setup sheet, buddy.
One.
Woo.
In order to do that, we need to automate analytics. We need to provide in-race support where we're building the content.
Oh, Gene, so this is it's not even gotten good yet. Wait till you see this technology. So this is basically Hendrick.
This looks like, dude, in the future they're going to be driving them from inside the box.
They're going to be driving them like they're drones, like they're RC cars.
Yeah.
Right? Here we go.
During the race. And then we wake up the next morning and we debrief all the information that we have from the day before and figure out how we can get better.
We take that data.
So here we go.
Share it with the team. We have a race weekend.
Hold on. So they got this many people.
Why?
Because everybody's got to engineer it all up, overthink it, get it dialed in. They got this many nerds in a room that are going over.
And they look like nerds. What about them girls? What do they know?
I don't know.
Debrief, which is
that bitch probably knows more about a right front shock than you do in NASCAR.
Evidently.
I promise you.
a meeting for all of motorsports competition to come together and share experiences as well as lessons learned from the previous week for us to prep for the upcoming weeks in racing.
Now that's nothing. Now here's day 5 before race day.
Aerodynamics probably has the most impact on overall vehicle performance.
The simulation models at CTC are fed directly with the data from the wind tunnel. As each race team uses the simulation, that aerodynamic data feeds directly into where they set their car in terms of heights on track, which has a
car height,
direct impact on their speed. We make small adjustments from the nose to the tail, and every little adjustment typically adds up to a good.
I mean, they're even doing sticker adjustments.
When we find gains in the wind tunnel, we'll put those to use right away with, sometimes additive manufacturing, and we can have parts on the car that weekend at the racetrack. We get together kind of a game plan of any changes that need to be implemented for the next week, and then we just try to execute those. So you can pretty much put it anywhere underneath the hood and it's not going to melt.
So now, hold on, Gene. Now they put it on a 7-post shaker.
The SPMM lab is
here we go. The suspension parameter.
Our suspension parameter measurement machine lab. And there we are testing the track loads and how they impact the vehicle.
So they basically have inputted with the entire how the track is mapped out, every bump, every little thing about the track surface, and including bumps and what have you, have been inputted into this machine, and it runs it through an entire race. Like if it was a 200 lapper, it runs 200 laps on this suspension to figure out, shocks, all that kind of watch. So watch. And Dan, Gene, it even like you'll see the tire, the sidewalls crinkling, and they're measuring that. And
it's applying real live forces that we're seeing at the track. Depending on the vehicle weight, over 8 Gs, which is a pretty high force in a static environment. We've connected a dynamic arm, which measures our X, Y, Z position, along with camber, toe, and wheel spin.
You gotta be kidding me.
That data has been used in the simulation models to replicate how components change when they're loaded throughout its driving cycle around the track.
In the subsystems lab, we have our team of performance engineers who heavily focus on steering rack and hub testing.
So there's a whole day of just the steering rack and hub.
We can tune it to make sure that it fits the driver's preference for each track. With our testing, not only can we verify the performance of the component, but we can also...
They could never do that with you,
there's a lot of money involved in that.
Gene, they could never do that with you because you're always sawing that wheel back and forth
Back and forth.
Gene was always in there just sawing it back and forth because Gene always overdrove the corner and went in about 15 mile an hour faster than he was supposed to. So he had to yak the car up a little bit. And then
You had to keep up with that front wheel or you're going to eat the fence.
And so you could scrub off not brake, but scrub the speed off sideways and get the car back straight for the side for the
run durability testing.
Yeah, think about the money on this, Gene.
What we're looking for mostly is the torque to be consistent for the driver
That machine's
throughout.
got to be a few $1 million.
All the different tests to make sure that it's in the range of what they're expecting.
So we are trying to ensure that although our vehicles are...
How do you not win when they're doing all that for you? How do you, if that's, you know what? That's when you get a talent like Kyle Larson, who really knows how to drive and can feel it from his ass, can drive from his ass. Because that's the way, if you're really a good driver, you drive with your ass. You do. Gene will tell you, your ass tells you everything as far as what's happening to the car and what have you. And so when you get a guy, maybe that's why a guy like Kyle Larson is just head and shoulders over the competition, because when you give him this much data or additional data, he just becomes that much better.
Going to change week to week. What the driver feels does not change. The DIL is the driver in the loop simulator.
Now, wait, do you see this? I bet you these are a few $1 million. So, Lummy, they take all the data that they've gotten from camber and suspension and rack and pinion and steerability and tire wall. They take all of that data and get the best, and then they input it into a simulator, and the guys drive. Watch.
Simulation is really the end.
That's the... Look at this unit. Gene, do you know that's probably $10 million?
User of all the data that we have here. We pull in tracking.
You get into this little thing.
Information as well. We have very, very detailed scans of the track surfaces. A large speedway is maybe about 800 million points.
Definitely feels better over the bump and off the tube.
In our series that we race in,
that's Austin. That's Richard Childress's kid. That's Richard Childress's kid, I think.
And he's feeling the same bump that he feels in Talladega.
And so he, he's actually he's not on a computer with a little steering wheel. He's in a full-blown, inside interior of a NASCAR.
Points.
Definitely feels better over the bump and off the tube.
So that bump in turn 2 in Talladega, where most guys can't prepare for that bump, but instead
they try to get away from it, and that slows the car down.
Or make in-race adjustments for that bump, whereas these guys are unloading, already figuring the bump in.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Meanwhile, me and Gene, we got to hit the bump 10 times before we figure out how to change our cars.
Right.
Right?
In our series that we...
Man, let me tell you something, Jimmy. It's Gene coming in. This bump in turn 2 is really making me get a little loose. We need to tie the left rear down, please. How about you?
Racing, we cannot practice until race weekend. So it's very important for us to have our simulation as close.
So can you imagine if you're one of the NASCAR guys and you can go in there and run this race on something that's so, so identical to what you're going to be, the simulation is so similar to what you're going to be experiencing. No wonder NASCAR sucks, because they're all nobody can really stand out ahead.
No.
Nobody, I often talk to Tony, Gene, and he got out of NASCAR when they started decreasing the horsepower and making everybody use the same parts, because he was like, Tony, one of the reasons why Tony was so good is Tony wasn't afraid to be loose because he came from dirt. Right. Dirt guys, when you start getting a little assy, they stay in it.
Yeah, and loses faster.
Asphalt guys, will brake or try to let the car catch up to them because they don't feel comfortable being loose. So when they knocked the motors down, I forget what year it was, 14, 15, one of his last years he raced. They started this trying to take the cost out of NASCAR, because before each place had their own engine department, and there were 850 to 900 horsepower, carbureted, motors, and now they've taken them all down to crate manufactured motors that are sealed, and they're doing about 480 to 550 horsepower. So when Tony was down to a car that had that much horsepower, he couldn't use the horsepower to get out of trouble.
Right.
He didn't have enough motor to get himself out of trouble, so he was always tight. He was always tight, always complaining of being tight because he didn't have that extra 300 horsepower that he could mash down and get that ass end to come around. That's when he quit. He's like, they ruined NASCAR when they made everybody, when they tried to create parity and let everybody be the same. That's when they ruined NASCAR.
To real life as possible. So
See, Gene, did you know any of this existed?
No.
I didn't either.
our drivers are feeling every bump, every turn, every twist.
And the whole principle behind it is you're trying to trick the driver's mind and eyes into thinking that he is in a car and it feel correct to a driver.
Wow, it's amazing how much that little progressive throttle makes it turn.
So, I mean, Gene, they're even dialing it down to where they're doing throttle control upon entry, where the throttle
so
exactly
he can try
needs to be.
different ways to play with the throttle going into the corner.
Yeah,
see which one's the best way.
The computer's already determined
where they should be,
where it is, and if you're not there, you're not.
I mean, that's our ultimate goal.
I think I'm getting close.
Yeah, so the race development cycle is really ongoing. Depending on the technologies that we're using, we may be looking at the next upcoming race. We may be working 2 or 3 weeks or even further out on development, tire testing, track testing. What I will say is it's a constant development cycle.
So anyway, that's what racing has become.
Dr. Remilak, 20 on the Venmo.
Are things picking up a little bit?
A little bit.
Let me, when I come back, it seems like I'll just close it out now and we'll do something else. But does Kanye West, do you think that maybe for clicks or for attention, he's got this beautiful wife with really huge jugs, and every time he goes out to lunch in Beverly Hills or New York or wherever the hell he goes and they go together, she always looks like literally she's a stripper.
Yeah, the other day I didn't send it to you because she was nude, so she was walking around in pretty much a see-through outfit.
Is that his new gimmick? Is that his new gimmick?
Because I mean, she is topless pretty much. It's a day or two later after this picture.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's beautiful. I think that's a little too much boob, though.
Yeah,
and that comes from a boob guy. I mean, that's a little too big, I think. See how it kind of blisters out, kind of to the sides. Yeah, I like that. So whatever.
She's a small person. I think she's like 5'4".
When we come back, we're going to talk about how the chick is she a country singer, Seth?
Yes,
is that what she is? A country singer?
Yeah.
And she did the national anthem for the it's the
home run derby.
The home run derby. Who ended up winning it?
The American League. 5'3", I believe.
Oh, they don't even do individual anymore? They just do teams?
No,
you're talking about the home run derby?
Won.
Sorry.
I'm talking about the home run derby.
Sorry.
Teoscar Hernandez.
From where?
L.A.
The Dodgers?
First Dodger to ever win it.
Did they boo her or anything cool?
I think they were kind of taken back.
They were taken back. Have you heard it? Have you seen it?
I heard some of it, and it was ridiculous.
It is. She now, listen, poor little thing, she has an excuse. She's
handicapped?
No, she's drunk and on pills maybe, and she's now saying that, by the way, Lummy, $100 from Hierarchy. And he says, quote unquote, Seth is the man.
There you go.
Hierarchy, $100.
So she going to
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army. Well, of course she's going to rehab, and she's saying that she was drunk. And is there a pill? Is there a pill deal on this, or is this just drunk?
Supposedly just drunk, but she seemed like she was on some pills.
Right. Well, we'll get into that. We got a bunch of stuff, of course, a bunch of stuff from the assassination attempt. And
she had to do that on purpose.
There's more.
That was just way too bad.
There's more intel coming out now, where it seems like the Democrats are trying to now throw. Oh, we got intel that this was an Iranian situation. The Iranians were the ones that tried to kill the president. I think that's completely a swerve ball to get the heat off of them. And if you were just to be absolutely straight down the middle, honest, that this was a. Again, we got several things to talk about. Jill Biden and Kamala Harris doing an impromptu trip to Pennsylvania on Saturday, I don't know, to maybe screw with Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how deep this is. Jill is so maniacal, and they're both her and Kamala are so just maniacal and just diabolical. They're like, listen, if we, because I'm the first lady and you're the vice president, and we're far in the overall governmental pecking order, we're way more higher up than the former president Donald Trump, right? I mean, yes. Okay. So if we last minute schedule, hey, we want to go do a little something in Pennsylvania, that's going to take from Donald's detail, which could cause something like this to happen.
And if there was a real Iran threat, then what better than Iggy McGillicuddy, $20 super chat? Then what better than Iran take out Trump and then go to war with Iran?
Right. By the way, Iggy now has been denoted as Seth Kushner's internet bodyguard.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Isn't that his official title?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Seth Kushner's internet bodyguard.
Yeah, we're working on pay structure.
What's he guarding?
Yeah.
People say really messed up things to Seth, and it's starting to piss him off. So
Yeah, but I thought Seth liked the bad side of it.
No, he doesn't.
No, that's why I hate radio. That's why I left.
Well, I remember him saying, even the bad side is the good side because they got the people are there. And it's all about how many numbers you got, right?
Yeah, it was something very much elementary like that, Gene. You got it. We'll be back in a minute.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge show will be back after this.
Okay. I need to send it again just because...
Yeah, send it again. And get that one thing in the mail.
I am.
On the way out.
At the post office first.
Tell me when you just send it again.
Send it back.
You did?
Yep.
Okay. Gene, can you believe all that fucking technology?
I believe that you have to have a lot of money to play that game anymore, man. It's just like Tony said, it's all about the money anymore. It's
Well,
not
Tony,
about
hey, Tony,
Stewart's
Tony sold each.
one of the best drivers
Tony
when
owned,
he gets into a
Tony
car.
owned half. Tony owned half of the charter of 3 charters, and they each sold for $30 million. So he got $45 million. I mean, he got 40. And when he bought it, and when Gene Haas proposed the deal to him, it was $51.49, Tony, for free.
For free.
For free. Come in and fix my team.
Right.
Make us competitive, and I'll give you half the company. I'm sorry, I'll give you controlling interest of the company.
Is this girl pregnant yet?
Yep, with a boy.
No kidding.
Yeah. Tell me that's not going to be a fucking driving motherfucker.
Wow. Good for her and him.
Yeah, he'll be a good dad.
Of course he will. So do you think she goes back into racing?
No.
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 How long do you think he's gonna stay in the drag racing?
I mean, fuck, you could run those. I mean, look at Forrest, he's 75. I know he just took a lick, but probably 10 years. Probably 10 years.
So did he sell his big house?
Mm-mm.
Not yet. That's $22 million, right?
Yeah. He sold his Charlotte house.
So where did he buy a house for him and her now?
In Columbus, where the big house. She also has a house though in Lake Havasu, Arizona.
I figured he's selling the old houses because, old memories, old hoes.
No.
Start a new one with the new wife.
Not a lot of buyers for $22 million homes.
No, but somebody will buy it. Well, I bet you had a hell of a time moving furniture and the car and
That bitch
stuff
should
out of
be
that
that.
house.
Trying to find out his like
Hey.
a conversation with him.
When you're on that level, man,
I might just call him.
you call up Jimmy's Towing Company.
You just pay.
You just yeah. You're not even packing anything up.
No. I would never. I don't know that level.
I kind of like the old school Bucko Bruce.
Thank you. Got it for free when I worked at the sports station.
When you worked where?
At the sports station.
I'm gonna get me a gold burger.
I know.
What?
This is about to get worse on traffic.
That'll look good on Instagram.
You know, they're about to do county line.
On the what?
Traffic.
Traffic?
Up by us. They're about to do county line. So it's gonna be really fucked at that point.
Is her performance in that story?
1,600 apartments going up on that 54. Where are you gonna put 3,200 cars? It's too hard for family.
Remember, like, what was it, 3 years ago? They banned voting new. But they gave a date and everybody put through their stuff. So they're gonna keep voting on it. It's ridiculous.
Pouring ourselves out one download at a time. BubbaArmyHQ.com. Enlist today. The BRN now continues.
Lummy, no, I have not heard from John Costica, Scotty Landers, or Cable Dog. Have you?
No, it's weird. Usually Cable Dog.
I'd usually be. You think one of those three would be watching the show or listening to the show at any one time ever.
That's
to know that John Costica, Scotty Landers, and Cable Dog, which, by the way, thank you, Cable Dog, for the fishing shirt. He's got a fishing team.
Oh, nice.
And he put Bubba Army on it, and so I'm going to wear it one of these days. I think Bass Pro Shop sponsors him too, maybe Cabela Boats or something like that. But he's got a real fishing team, Cable Dog does, and he sent me the crew shirt. So thank you so much for that. I'll wear it one of these days. But John Costica, Scotty Landers, and Cable Dog, I have 2 pair of tickets for this weekend's NASCAR Brickyard. I think it's the Brickyard 400.
Yes.
Trivia question. Who was the very first person? Who was the first when they did the first inaugural Brickyard 400? Who won it?
Jeff Gordon?
Yep. How'd you know?
I used to watch NASCAR in the 90s when I was a kid.
Who was second?
No idea.
Dale Earnhardt.
There you go.
Earnhardt ended up winning it then, I think, the next year. And then Tony, I think then Tony won it a couple years. And then remember they had the big they brought a Goodyear brought the wrong tire, and they could only go literally 10 to 11 laps before blowing a tire.
Everybody's buying everybody's tires.
Oh, so like teams would go out. They only give you like 6 sets of tires. They only give you a certain amount of tires. And so everybody was blowing through their tires, and Goodyear wouldn't sell them anymore. And NASCAR's like, we got a rule on tire amounts. And then teams are like, we're not going to have, there's 60 more laps, and we're down to our last set of tires, and the average set of tires are lasting 12 laps. So what do you think? We're going to pull in with 35 to go? Bitch. So they would go down to a car that was wrecked out and say, hey, can we buy your tires? Which I don't know if it's legal or not. Is it?
I think they made it legal that day.
Yeah. So anyway, Scotty Landers, John Costica, Cable Dog. I have
non-listeners.
Two pair of tickets to the Brickyard, and then if you guys don't want them, Lummy, we'll wait. We'll wait till the end of the show today, and then if not, tomorrow, or maybe by 9:30 today. in that last half an hour, there's probably got to be some. Should I open the phone? Should I open the phone line? I should open the phone lines up, Lummy. Once I go to Scotty K, Scotty Landers, John K, and Cable Dog don't want them. Then I'll open up the phone lines and we'll pick somebody that's fairly close to Indianapolis that can get there this weekend.
John
All right.
Costica said he might be interested.
Okay, John
He's figured out his schedule before he said anything.
Okay, and we don't know where they're at.
No.
I would hope. I think they're probably behind the paddock. They're probably pretty nice. I mean, this is a radio station that covers IndyCar, and so since this event's at the Indianapolis 500, we're intermingling IndyCar and NASCAR. Meaning the station got the tickets because they're the IndyCar affiliate, but it's a NASCAR event. It's the infamous Brickyard 400. And if Costica, Cable Dog, or Scotty Landers want some tickets, let us know at 9:30. If we haven't heard from you, we're going to open them up to regular Hoosiers. Here's this Ingrid. Is it Ingrid Andress? Is that her name?
Andress, yes, 4-time Grammy winner.
She's won 4 Grammys.
I've never even heard of her.
Yeah.
In country.
Country, yes.
How?
And so.
I think writing and singing.
And here's the thing. Here's what she wrote, which I kind of appreciate. I kind of appreciate the transparency. And maybe this is the only way. I mean, maybe this is the only way to get out of singing it so badly.
There you go.
Right? Like maybe Seth, at this point, everybody gives her a pass.
Well, something was wrong with her. It just you don't just all of a sudden forget how to sing.
Well, I mean that, she
hates America.
No, she doesn't hate America, Gene.
They did say that she got every word right.
In a statement on social media, she admitted that she was intoxicated at the time of the performance. Before apologizing to the fans, she wrote on was it Instagram?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna bull crap, y'all. I was drunk last night. I'm checking myself into a rehab facility today to get help that I need. That was not me last night. I apologize to Major League Baseball, all the fans, and this country that I love so very much for that. I'm sorry. All the fans and this country I love so much for that rendition. So she apologizes for that rendition. She got awful wordy. She put a whole bunch in before the I'm sorry, then boom. Let y'all know how rehab is. I hear it's super fun. XO, Ingrid.
She's a pig.
Well, Gene, she's
a pig.
No, she just.
You know what? You don't get that drunk to sing the way she sang that song. She did that on purpose, or got paid, or something. I mean,
or you just can't chalk it up to she had one too many and was partying a little too hard.
For 3 days maybe.
Well, she just said she was drunk at the time. Doesn't take a lot.
It was
just to get
too obnoxious. It was way over being drunk.
Gene calls her a pig.
Pig.
So Jack Black and Tenacious D, they're doing a concert, and I think it's one of their. And Seth, you probably know a little bit more about this, so please step in and correct me if I'm wrong. But they're at a concert, and I think it's one of the bandmates in the band's birthday.
Yeah, Kyle Gass.
Okay, he's the
not Jack Black,
right? But he plays an instrument in the band.
Sure.
Yeah, and it's his birthday, and so they do kind of a little birthday recognition thing on stage, and they say, "Hey, is his name Kyle?"
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, one big wish, and this is how it went down here.
Don't miss Trump next time.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I think it was in Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, a different country.
That's what that.
Don't miss Trump next time.
Well, that has caused such a shitstorm that Jack Black axes tour over bandmates Trump comment. So Jack Black's like, I'm out. I am not, I'm sure he probably didn't need the money.
Threw his buddy right under the bus.
And says, I'm canceling the rest of my tour. No way. He said he was blindsided by the comments. I would never condone having hate speech to encourage political violence in any form, the comedian and actor said. And he doesn't feel it's appropriate to continue with the Tenacious D tour, and the rest of the group's creative plans are on hold. And no, was that guy an Australian bandmate, or was he?
No, they're American.
The guy that said it was American too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like they're a duo. Tenacious D is a duo. It's Kyle Gass and Jack Black. They had a movie too, Pick a Destiny.
But now hold on, Tenacious D is a rapper, right?
No,
it's a band with
it's
Jack
another
Black
band.
and Kyle Gass. It's like a metal
I'm
band.
sorry, I thought Tenacious D was a rapper.
No, that's Forgiato.
That was with Jack Black, and Kyle Gass is kind of like the bassist, and that's what I thought.
No, he's the other head.
All right, so Kyle Gass is equal to Jack Black in the group Tenacious D.
Yeah.
And so since, at that point, man, you do got to kind of throw your buddy under the bus, don't you?
Well, I mean, he did get dropped by his talent agency. Jack Black didn't, so.
Thank God Gene doesn't deal with corporate America, because, boy, you couldn't make it in corporate America with some of your comments and the things that you feel about and stuff like that.
I wouldn't make that comment.
No, you'd get mad. You'd punch that guy out, and then that'd get you in trouble.
Oh, he deserved it.
What's this right here? Let me.
This is Alex Stein interrupting, and then he got kicked out of the RNC.
I don't know. By the government.
Hold on.
He interrupted the Piers Morgan.
How?
You'll see in a second.
Something that was
No, I don't know.
by
I'm
the
not.
government.
No, I'm not. I don't know.
Hey, get out of here, man. What the hell? Jesus Christ with these lunatic Republicans. Total lunatic Republicans. Yeah, go ahead. Tell me your lunatic conspiracy theory about how odd
I don't have any lunatic conspiracy theories.
Something that was
No, I don't know.
by
I'm
the
not.
government.
No, I'm not. I don't know.
Hey, get out of here, man. What the
Has it gone viral?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Piers Morgan retweeted
hell?
it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Pierce did?
Yeah.
And then Stein retweeted ours, which helped our numbers out.
Which one did he retweet?
The one I put up right when I found out he got kicked out of the RNC for doing that.
Oh, did he get kicked out?
Yeah. So he might not be coming on because he might have to be dealing with a couple things.
Hold on. Let me go to words. Hold on to that thought. Is he a little bit in trouble?
I think so. He couldn't really talk, and I don't think he's coming on today. So,
but what you guys did discuss, can we talk about next?
Oh, it was just pretty much. I'm probably not going to be able to come on.
The answer should have been yes. That way I could have gone into stop sets.
Sorry.
I'm trying to hard sell the front side so we can tease them on the back. Okay, bud.
You want to ask me again?
If you liked that segment, then you'll definitely like the new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
Man, it was like, have you guys done anything with it yet?
Yeah, he's working on it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is he working on it?
Yeah. We'll finally have a way to promote it.
I don't get the hate for Trump. I know he's arrogant and he's a gangster. I get it. But how can you hate him that much that you want him dead?
Because
You want him
you're the Democratic Party and you can't.
How?
Because you're Joe Biden and you can't beat him any other way.
Just ridiculous, the Republican, the Democrats. Well, everybody was all freaked out about Russian Russian the White House and all that, and then
Gene, that was Russian the Capitol building, J6.
Yeah, the Capitol building. So, but then they're all about oh man, I wish he would have got shot. So how can you hate like that and then not hate for the other side? I don't get it. Where did the world go? What happened?
You should do deep thoughts with Gene Lasker.
I mean, he's pontificating. I mean,
had we split this?
Gene, remember you wanted to kill Bubba? I mean, that's just how somebody feels about Trump,
No, that was just but that was different.
Well, what?
Yes,
he was going to shotgun me on the bridge.
You was an asshole. You know, Trump's not being an asshole to us. I mean, he
is.
He's doing some things that we don't like, but he's doing things we do like too, and that's just his gangster moves.
Yeah,
you know?
Bubba wasn't doing anything that you liked at the time.
No, he was taking me down.
Exactly.
He was giving me I had no recourse. But
Gene, you were losing sponsors.
I was losing my whole life because I wasn't going to be the person I was. I worked so hard to be. Why Seth bring that up? Oh, you like about that? If Trump gets back into being the president, say he does, can he fix anything?
Yeah, he can fix it all.
He can fix it all.
I mean, if you can just stop immigration, stop all this fucking wokeness, lower taxes,
Inflation, food prices, gas prices.
finish the pipeline that Joe stopped, stop worrying about all this environmental bullshit. Stop defunding the police. You know, I mean, Gavin Newsom yesterday. I mean, did we have that article?
Yeah, I sent it to you. The Elon Musk one?
Yeah, what, you got it?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Where he moves out?
Yeah. Here we go.
Because I know those you go to, because you did it many times, and I go the same one. Is it people in there? I was like 6 months. The people in there are getting stupid.
What?
Yeah, we go to. Right. I realized like 6 months. People that are working there are seeing dumber.
It's got to be they're getting dumber because what the hell's going on? I mean, I don't even want to go there.
Okay, so you think, okay.
Yeah.
I'll drive to Home Depot, which is further away.
It used to be you had to have been like a contractor guy, retired.
I ask questions that they know what you're talking about.
No.
No, I'm saying back then.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Now I ask a question they don't know what I'm talking about.
Because I'm telling you something, back in the day, they hired you because you were retired contractor electrician.
I had a guy, Gene. I had a guy that had 20. Gene.
And then you can't plumb them.
Gene.
What?
I had a guy who had 20 plus years on in Indiana, made the rank of major. The new sheriff came in and got rid of all the hiring.
Were you sleeping in and missed the first hour of the show?
Are you ready?
Don't worry, it's all at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now,
I think today Operation Pigmentation drops.
Yes.
That's the very, 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 very sought after podcast with Seth Kushner.
That is, quote, the podcast that nobody wants to listen to two black guys from South St. Pete who cut hair. End quote.
Is that what it is?
That's what the people say, yes.
Oh, I actually have had just as many people reach out to me on Facebook Messenger and various other places and say that Operation Pigmentation is one of their favorite of our podcasts.
Oh, no, I know it's good, Bubba.
So, there you go.
You got two black guys that cut hair and you do a podcast.
Yeah.
And you talk about what?
Let's see. Yesterday we talked about how.
Would you say lint?
Yeah.
Yesterday we talked about how one of the barbers threatened a customer. We talked about the conspiracy theory behind Donald Trump. We talked about their school supply drive. We talked about the top 5 rappers of all time, and we talked about what TV shows Rio likes and Bronny James.
There you go, Jimmy.
Sweet.
There you go.
That's kind of different.
Hey, Rhett, if I play this Tom McDonald You Missed rap, this new rap that just came out from rapper Tom McDonald, will we get a strike for it?
Probably.
I'd love to play it, but,
I mean, it's Tom McDonald.
And it's saying what?
You missed, but it's not saying it in a derogatory word. It's
laughing at him.
And no,
you missed.
Yeah, it's laughing at the nut job that you missed, bitch.
Hey,
you
you
missed, bitch. Like, you know what? We don't mess with the man. See a lot of things on the internet are saying you missed, and it's disrespectful to Trump. This one happens to be, intended to be a beef to the 20-year-old pussy that decided to try to shoot him.
I'm always concerned about songs that take less than 48 hours to get put together.
I was going to ask the same question. How easy do you think this music is to make? Because he threw this out the next day.
But, can we play it?
Well, Forgiato Blow, he put out a new one.
I think everyone would be better if we didn't.
Okay.
Forgiato's got a new one, though?
Yeah, Teflon Trump. I sent it to you.
Okay,
now July 16th he put it out yesterday.
And hold on. Rhett, I think we have the ability to get a hold of 4G and him whitelist us.
That chart's a couple of months old.
Yeah, his stuff doesn't pop for us, so anytime we play it, we're all good.
And even if it did pop for us, I think we could quit. I mean, we all have 4G's number, or we could get in there and say, 4G, fix our copyright strike. This is 4G Auto Blow's newest one.
Yeah, he put it out last night.
Called Teflon Trump.
Yeah.
That chart.
Gene might get a copy of this and run it through the shop all day today.
It's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
You can hear some voices there saying, are we ready to go? Are we ready to go? We are looking at President Trump. This does not look good. It looks like they are attempting to move him out, that he may have been
shot, heard around the world, shot all over the internet. Camera shot a picture that's forever living in our head. Just missed his head barely.
By the way, this is our friend, and Lummy. We got to hook him up. We got to introduce him to Gene.
Gene's met him before. Remember, they hung out back at East Bay. He dated that girl that was in his pit crew.
Hold on, Gene. He dated Jimmy Dials' daughter.
Really?
Yes. And when I had him in here a week ago, he was like, "I met you at East Bay. I used to date Jimmy Dials' daughter." He goes, I didn't really like the racing, so I only went a few times, and I thought he was a kid back then. He thought, I think Lasker didn't like me, so Jimmy Dials told me just to not show up if Gene doesn't like me. Boy, I miss Jimmy Dials. What a good old timer, huh?
Yeah,
love that guy. But anyway, so I mean, you automatically got to give this guy a chance just based on his lineage of knowing Jimmy Dials. When a guy walks up to you and said, "Hey, man, I was friends with Jimmy Dials," that shows you a little bit about that. That guy is automatically part of your family.
Yes, he is.
Fist in the air screaming, fight. It doesn't get more legendary.
Hold on, look at his truck in the background, Gene. Tell me you don't want to drive that around Land O'Lakes.
They can't beat him fairly, so they try to take him out the game. All because he's trying to make.
That's his Rolls Royce.
Man.
That says Trump 2024 on the side of it. And he's got Trump as a mannequin that rides with him.
Great again. One day they hating him, the next they say they'll pray for him. We ain't buying it, Barack. You probably help pay for the hit. And Joe's just a puppet getting strings pulled by the deep state who want Trump in a bullseye, so they let the bullets fly. But they missed him though. What you expect when you leave a job to be done by a liberal? Cause many wish death upon Trump. One was dumb enough to try and ended up slum, blood running down his face, but kept his fist up, screaming fight for they take our rights away. Cause many wish death upon Trump. One was dumb.
And this is a St. Pete kid. Like this is our buddy. When we were doing our Morgan Wallen, Cash Cube deal before we got rained on again, he brought his Trump truck to be as part of our tailgate party. He was part of our whole deal. Yeah. And let me figure out. Ask him what kind of truck it is.
F-350.
I think it's a 450.
Oh wow.
It could be.
I think it's a 450.
It's a 6.0.
Ended up slum, blood running down his face, but kept his fist up.
Gene, when you go from a 350 to a 450,
what you're buying is the
suspension.
No, the size of the calipers, rotors, and the differentials are bigger.
Okay, so they're just
everything else is
there's
the
a
same.
little bit beefier.
Yep.
The braking system and the rear end's a little beefier.
Yep, and then
maybe the leaf.
The leaf springs in the back. Yeah, you got 2 extra ones.
Screaming fight for they take our rights away. Teflon.
Don't they make a 550 and a 650?
Yep. 650, they changed the whole frame style.
Gone bulletproof like 50 Cent. While Sleepy Joe got our dollar worth 50 cents. They calling me political, but ask the people close to me. I'm just fighting for the people that can't afford groceries. That's why I MAGA rap and proudly wear a MAGA hat. And that's why they shot at Trump. And that's why I'm clapping back. And that's why the left is panicking. They know that it's a wreck. Cause the
Gene, you need to have this blasting this in your truck, man. Windows down with your big ass. What type of? You got a dog that kills people.
I got 2 of them.
No, for real. He's got a dog. They weigh like 150 pounds. They're all muscle, and they kill people.
And they've been trained.
Oh, boy.
And like on his property, it says, beware of dog. You could be killed.
Well, it says cane corsos can kill you, and I own 2.
So you got them trained to go for a word?
Is there any way, Gene?
I got them trained.
Is there any way? Can you show
$4,000 a piece? I paid.
Can you show Lummy
training
your Facebook where we can see? I know that you got.
Yeah, you can go to my Facebook and see it.
See if Lummy
you
can
see where Kona got into the donuts and she looks like Hitler.
Okay, that's great. One of Gene's dogs got into the donuts and looks like Hitler. That's great. But Gene, like I see you on Sundays. Like looks like you get like $200 worth of like chicken and meat and steaks, and that's what they eat. Like they don't eat dog food.
No, they eat. It's called 8119 hamburger meat. It's
the ground.
It's good. And I take 10 pounds of that, and I take 20 pounds of chicken, and I marinate the chicken with the Mojos, or I'll do the barbecue, and I smoke the chicken.
Gene's dogs eats better than little Sethy.
Oh yeah.
I buy a whole complete steak. The whole like the T-bone, but it's like 30 pounds.
Right, it hasn't been separated into.
Right, and I cook it for like 11 hours on the smoker, and then I cut it up in chunks.
And that's what they eat.
That's what they eat.
They don't eat Alpo.
No.
They're not eating kibbles.
They eat a little bit of rice and peas and some corn, and some not corn, carrots. She mixes in with it, and then the hamburger meat and the chicken.
So you cook it, Mama fixes it all up. She probably probably meal preps. She probably puts them in little containers.
Me and Coben cook it, and then we put it in. It's in a big silver tray, like a heating tray.
Right.
And when we cut everything up in pieces and put it in there, and then.
My
wife, Sarah, she'll take it and she'll bag bags up in it.
Yeah.
And then she just takes the bag, boop, warms it up. And
like, what if I'd roll into your property, get out, and like trying to start beating on your garage door?
You can't get through the. Well, if you get to the gate, that they come to the gate, you'll back up. Even though that fence is between you, you will back up.
No, but I'm
when
saying,
you see
like, what if you will they jump on your truck if you even drive in it?
Oh yeah, I got scratches on my truck.
So as I'm driving through your driveway, they're already trying to jump. They're already trying to eat me through my door.
Yes.
And then when I open my door,
you're not gonna get out.
When I open my door, they're literally gonna.
They're coming in.
They're gonna eat me.
Yeah.
For real.
For real.
Now, what if I was with you?
Kona, maybe she'll try to nip at you when I'm not looking. Khaleesi, she'll leave you alone because she knows Dad's here.
So you've already given the order, but the crazy one might nip me.
And she's such a little lovable. What
if I smacked her in the head after she nipped me?
You'll never get to that. You can't get your hand on her.
We voted for the facts.
Let me send me.
I sent it to you. Trump was in the office, we were good. And the fact is, Democrats don't care about the hood. And the fact is, when Trump was in the office, we had peace. And that's why I got this gold Trump piece. Capiche? Cause
I want to see Gene. I want to see Gene with 4G Auto Blows 15-pound gold necklace with the Trump head. Don't you, Gene?
Oh, I do.
Wish death upon Trump. One was dumb enough to try.
Lasker, I
Is
don't
that
think
what that is? A Trump head? He's hanging off his neck. Wow.
Yeah.
That's gold.
Gene, did you ever see my tennis shoes that came in?
No.
Oh.
But it's a fat guy with a donut?
Yeah, fat. You know how the Air Bubba is not a thin guy like Michael Jordan dunking a basketball. It's a fat. Air Bubba has always been a fat guy dunking a donut.
That's pretty cool.
And we made those into shoes. Remember when Trump?
Everybody bought them?
Oh, we sold the hell. We sold the hell out of them.
Ended up slum blood running down his face, but kept his fist.
Hey, Gene, we need to see if we could get a hold of 4G Auto Blow and see if you and I could floss out the drop top Rolls Royce.
Oh yeah.
Roll through Gibtown.
He told you anytime.
Ybor.
Yeah, roll through Ybor on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Screaming fight for they take our rights away. As many men.
Now, Seth, if I remember right, he said I could.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's
He said
anytime.
any vehicle, yeah.
Anytime you want one of his cars, he's down.
This weekend, I might be staying in town. Lasker, how cool would it be? Because you know how race fans are, and you know how the people that go to my racetrack are. Dirt fans, dirt race car fans. My next race is August.
August 4th, I think
August
you told him,
4th,
right?
the first Saturday of August.
August 3rd.
August 3rd, and have the Rolls Royce as the pace car.
Oh, yeah.
How badass would that be? The Trump 2024, that or the truck. Either
I think you asked him if he would take the truck up. He said he would. Maybe he'll take both up.
Yeah. 2 pace cars, Gene, lead the
Does
field.
a lot of people know this guy singing as a singer?
Yeah,
as a rapper?
he's pretty popular. He's got how many Lummy on his YouTube? Like 350,000?
Yeah, no, especially for that Trump.
Wish death upon Trump. One was dumb enough.
Plus, he used to date Jimmy Dow's daughter.
Right, he's
Heather.
family.
Up to try and ended up slum blood running down his face, but kept his fist up, screaming fight for they take our rights.
Gene, where were you when this all went down? Where were you? What were you? It was Saturday night. Were you and Sarah just watching TV? Were you out racing asphalt? What were you doing?
What went down?
When the assassination attempt on Trump went down.
I don't know. I think we were just at home. I think we watched it. We was watching it when it happened.
Watching TV.
Yeah.
And my whole computer has locked up.
Oh no.
I don't know what's wrong going on here. And what is your opinion of it? I have stressed that
any of them big guys are going to get assassinated by an idiot, at any time. I just couldn't believe that he wasn't watched better, and how where some pictures showed the dude jumping up on the roof and going across on his belly. He was a bad guy.
Yeah, I mean,
why didn't we get him then?
I think you're with me in the fact that I think that there's a lot of unknowns here and a lot of loose ends that haven't been tied up. And to me, it looks like potentially it could be an inside job.
Yeah, but how do you have an inside job with an idiot? You got to be smart to have an inside job.
Well, I mean, but here's the deal. I mean,
how did they talk him into that?
I don't know.
They killed him.
Maybe they just. So you're just saying that this is just happens to be a perfect storm where the Secret Service had the heads
the
up
Secret
their ass.
Service. I think somebody fired too many people in the Secret Service and put the wrong people in there, so nobody was really watching. Nobody was doing their job.
That's what I'm saying. The Secret Service is stretched so thin
right
between doing the Jill Biden and the Kamala Harris deal
that he got away with it.
Donald Trump gets the hobby stock division. Like instead of having the full blown
the real guys,
the A team.
Yep.
He has 2 frumpy bitches that can't even holster their guns, and it was just a perfect storm of
there's an idiot out there going to do something stupid.
But what I can't understand, Lummy, is why this director of the Secret Service is being so adamant and about not stepping down. I mean,
it's Jill's friend.
Or maybe she knows something. Maybe she knows.
I think Jill's running this country. I really do. I think Jill is running this country. She's the one that has told Joe to stay in the race. And she's the one that by all sources have now proven that she and this director of the Secret Service were very close. The director of the Secret Service, the Kimberly Cheadle girl, she was on Jill Biden's personal Secret Service detail. So like you get friends. Like let me, if I was to make it big time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna take care of you and,
thank you.
and Seth and my friends.
Thank you.
Kind of like when I got fired in 04, and I told Brent and Manson, and Spice didn't take my offer because he defected. But I said, hey, man, when I get a new, I got 2 years severance, so I can pay you guys for 2 years. Not your salary, but pretty close. I mean, I was
Paid
paying
him good for 2 years.
I was paying Manson. I think I was paying Manson 25. No, I was paying Manson $10,000 a month. I was paying him $10,000 a month, and Brent $4,000 a month is what I was paying him. And then when I got a job with Sirius, boom, come on, boys. That's kind of what Jill Biden and this Kim Cheadle was. Jill Biden's like, okay, listen, we just got beat. Donald Trump's going to come in here for 4. But if Joe, my lovely husband, if I tell Joe to run again in 2020, he'll run. So go work for Pepsi. You got your 27 years in here at the Secret Service, so you're vested. You got your full pension. Go get a big time corporate job with Pepsi. And with Pepsi, she's put on her resume. I mean, if you're, former 27-year veteran Secret Service, that looks pretty damn good to be the global security director of Pepsi, right?
Yes.
You're going to get that job all day. And then, next thing you know, Joe wins 2020. Jill calls up Kimberly. Kimberly, listen, Joe won, so he has to appoint a head of the Secret Service. And so I told him come on, you're my best friend. Head of Secret Service. You're not some schlep bitch out there trying to holster her gun. You're in charge of the whole damn thing. I mean, that's how she got her job. I mean, are people talking about that at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, there's just so many different avenues of conspiracy here. There's a conspiracy where, there was a cop that approached him and he pointed a gun at the guy, and the guy quickly, fell.
No, he didn't even point his gun at him.
All right, so the guy fell off the ladder?
Supposedly.
All right. And then there's 2 minutes. 2 whole minutes from where we showed this yesterday. 2 whole minutes for where people by where the bad guy is already on the building, the sloped little building, 150 yards away from the president. And 2 minutes before he fired his first round, there's videotapes of people saying, just good people, hey, cop, policeman, this guy's right there in the building. Look at him. He's right there. Look. He's right there. Now, if you're a cop and you've not been given orders that you cannot shoot, man, if I'm the head of whoever's running this security lobby, I'm going to say, listen, if you see something, shoot something.
Well,
if I'm protecting the president and you see a guy,
crawling across the roof,
use your cop-like in judgment and realize, is this just some guy up there, or is this guy, oh no, this guy looks like he has a long rifle. This guy looks like he's setting up a long rifle. This guy looks like he's setting up a long rifle in the direction of the president. Let me go ahead and radio up to Overthinker 1, 2, and 3 and see if I can get clearance to shoot this guy. Or if you're just, think about how much of a hero a local, because that was at local law enforcement that was their area, Lummy. Local SWAT and sniper teams were in that was his area where the guy died. That was the local people. How much of a absolute worldwide hero would you be if you would have been one of the cops? And Gene, I can shoot somebody off of a roof with a handgun.
Oh yeah.
The guy has anywhere, if he's got 3 magazines, which maybe most cops have 4, you got 45 to 60 rounds. And if you're on top of that roof, I may not hit you with the first one, but I'm going to be ringing around there and getting close and ricocheting that you're not going to feel comfortable enough to be able to set up your gimmick because I'm shooting all around you.
It's going to keep you from getting on the trigger, him from getting on the trigger because he can't aim now.
And as I'm laying my 45 pieces of lead down range, don't think I'm not on the radio saying, hey man, I got a guy over here. I need help. I need backup. And then what happens if the Secret Service, in conjunction with this local guy, actually kill the bad guy.
Hero.
And you're like, oh, hold on, no, maybe they killed the wrong person. No, you go up and you find the bad guy had, explosives in his car, bought the ladder one day before, got the AR-15 from his father and told him he was going to the shooting range. And when you killed him, inside of his little bag was an AR-15 with 223 rounds.
He had bombs too?
Yeah, he had bombs in his car. So I saw one report that said he wanted the bombs, and they had a remote device. He just, I guess, didn't know what to do, but he was going to blow. This is genius. And so this is how fragile protecting the president is, because it's not just always as clean as some nut job on top of a building that didn't get ID'd quick enough and got a few rounds off. He was going to, Gene, have his car blow up as a distraction. Everybody might have started going that way, and he might have been able to get a better... And that's what people are saying the explosive might have been for.
Oh, so he thought he was going to get away.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he did.
Yikes.
And so, Gene, I mean, if you're that cop that blows this guy's ankles off, which causes him to slide off the roof, which causes you to put, 54 more in him, you're the most popular man in the world right now.
Yes, you are.
Remember for the longest time they would roll out, I think it might have been under Obama. Barack Obama is the one that killed Saddam Hussein, right? No, I'm sorry, Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
He's the one that killed him, and him and Hillary Clinton were in the Situation Room, and they were they had actually black ops surveillance as they raided the compound of Osama bin Laden, and they were actually watching it real time from like a camera on one of the special mission, one of the dudes, Army Rangers, SEAL Team 6, whoever. And they were actually watching all that. And then remember, for the longest time, the guy that actually took the shot, I don't know if he wrote a book,
he did,
but he was doing tours and stuff, and you could have him on the air, and he was billing himself as the guy. Although I think Osama bin Laden got shot like 15 times, and it could have been him and his buddy. I think he's taking credit for it.
Yeah, I think the other guy doesn't want to be known.
Right, and there was a time where they were rolling this guy out, and if you wanted to interview him, you could. And his big claim to fame was he took out Osama bin Laden. Perfect, like the guy was the man. Like, what do you say about that guy?
Yep.
Well, can you imagine if Butler County Sheriff's Department, Special Deputy Jimmy Rodriguez would have been the guy that blowed off the bad guy's ankles, which caused him to stop the threat. I mean, all they had to do, Gene, is radio. Take Trump off stage now, and I got a shooter on the roof.
Right.
And there was 2 minutes. There was 2 minutes.
You would think they practiced that,
Well,
they do. They do.
There's questions that
they do practice that when the normal team gets to go, but when they send the scab unit in there, because the other team had to get split up between Jill and Kamala's last-minute appearance. I mean, a lot of former Secret Service guys are saying, this isn't as inside of a job as much it is absolutely just a dereliction of duty, lack of funding, lack of them fulfilling Trump's, security requests, and the fact that Jill and Kamala pulled a last-minute, trip to Pennsylvania. It was the perfect storm.
Well, they said that they had eyes on him for they knew about him like 30 minutes before, and they're wondering why they put Trump on.
Yeah,
because they knew that he had a.
I think that's on our X, is it not?
Yeah, and then Jesse Waters one time talk about how he also was using a range finder or whatever for
the bad guy.
Yeah, the bad guy. That he had made eye contact with a sniper.
What?
Yeah, so I mean that's where it's coming out.
Is that on this?
Yeah. If you go I would go to 135.
Second night of the Republican National Convention is officially underway, and Saturday was battle scarred.
Go where now?
135.
All right, here we go.
And it won with his destiny. And although the party's completely unified, there's one burning question on all of our minds: did Biden's Secret Service almost get Trump killed? All evidence points to yes. We're told tonight that U.S. authorities had intel of an Iranian plot to assassinate Trump.
Which I don't believe any of this. I think this is a diversion to throw some heat on the Iranians.
CNN reports that Secret Service knew it and beefed up security ahead of his Saturday rally. If you believe this report, that means the security Trump had on Saturday was beefed up.
Yeah, I mean, for real. His security was about the least beefed up. He had 3 chicks, three chicks. Did you see, though, Lummy, when he walked into the RNC, he had, looked like guys that were former NFL dudes, like big dudes.
Yeah.
Impossible. Credible reports say Trump's security detail was starved of manpower.
Listen, my inside Secret Service guy that I have, Lummy, said that it was 1/3 understaffed.
Jeez.
Agents were reportedly diverted to a hastily arranged small Jill Biden event in Pittsburgh at the same exact time as Trump's rally.
Wow, she's in Pittsburgh. What was it? What's Pittsburgh? 25 miles away?
Yeah, they said it pretty close.
Yeah. So she does a last minute. I need protection for Pittsburgh, which takes it off Donald's deal.
And Kamala happened to be in Pennsylvania that day too. The Secret Service denies resources were diverted, but reports say they were stretched so thin they only had 2 counter snipers for the rally, 2, and they had to farm out the rest of the protection to local stringers. The Secret Service director,
local cops,
Cheadle, said the assassin's rooftop was a vulnerability, but they decided to place counter snipers inside the building instead. Here's why.
So hold on. The counter snipers for that particular building, because they knew that building was, a threat. The line of sight of that building being a flat roof, semi-sloped flat roof that's elevated more so than where the president is. That's the worst case scenario when it comes to defending anybody, is when your bad guy is in an elevated position shooting down on you.
Yeah.
It's far harder to protect than line of sight.
Should that roof have been secure, period?
That building in particular has a sloped roof at its highest point. And so, there's a safety factor that would be considered.
Hold on. There's not a person that I know, including my 78-year-old mom, that is not such a pitch that it's unwalkable. That is, you know what? That's just enough slant to make sure that the water runs off the top.
That's it.
That's it. That building is pitched, I don't know, maybe 2 degrees, 3 degrees. I mean, and so the pitch in this building is not some architectural pitch or some pitch where you would need to have a upper storage unit or something like that. This is strictly to get rain to come off the building, and there's not a human being I know that couldn't walk that pitch. Now, listen, try to walk up Daytona 500 Speedway. It's 31 degrees banking. It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
Gene will tell you.
You can't do it.
You can do it, but it's like it's
you have to put your hands down on the ground.
It's really uncomfortable. But a 2, 3, 4, 5 degree pitch, just a little rain slope willy, I'm not buying it.
No.
You know what? Take that excuse and shove it up your ass. Give me something else besides the pitch was too much. The pitch wasn't too much for the bad guy.
Who's not trained.
Right.
There that we wouldn't want to put somebody up on a sloped roof.
Meanwhile, the 2 snipers that were behind Trump were on sloped roofs.
Yes.
The decision was made to secure the building from inside.
Inside? What, they going to shoot up the ceiling? Were they supposed to just start firing rounds, trying to get them that way?
We have American snipers shooting from caves, cliffs, mountaintops, but they can't handle a sloped roof.
Now, hold on. Look at this slope. Yeah. That's the slope that our guys were on. These are the actual Secret Service snipers. These are the local guys right here.
Those are the guys after they killed him. We're looking at them, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of level.
She put counter snipers behind Trump on a roof that was even more sloped.
I mean, hold on. And if you look at the counter snipers that killed the guy and they're standing over the guy, they're not having put 1 foot ahead of the other one to stay. They're just standing normal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not they're, trying to walk up an incline. That's just pretty much a normal slope on a commercial building.
Look at that.
I mean, Lummy, our building has a small slope on it.
Yeah.
We all can walk it.
Yeah.
The sloped roof excuse?
Seth, we one time did where we recoated the top of the entire building, and it was one hell of a job.
That's manly.
But my God, it's scary up there.
Especially in the summer.
It is scary because the planes are coming in. They look like they're going to hit you.
Yeah, no, there's no reason for me to go up there.
Oh, my God, it is. You got to get a Sunbelt high reach to get up there. And then, Lummy, you have to walk on the rivets.
Yeah.
You can only walk on the rivets. You cannot walk on, places that are, just 10 because you could fall through. So you got to walk on the rivets and then put a coating of paint on it.
Good luck.
Is a hoax. What good are counter snipers inside a building if they can't see an assassin scale the building? The roof wasn't too dangerous for the assassin. He didn't slide off. He got 8 shots off.
8. Jeez. 8 shots. Wow. Let's not forget, man. There was a dad who had 2 baby daughters, and it was a fireman, over 50, great guy, went to church, loved his family. He put his body on top of his family, and he got half of his head shot off. Let's not forget that. Donald Trump got away, with a 12-gauge ear piercing, and this by all means had. I'm going to show it to you when I come back, Lummy. I think I tweeted it yesterday, but did you see that tweet, or Seth? Did you see that tweet where it shows the trajectory of like how his head was positioned and how he at the last minute when he was talking he moved his head?
No, I haven't seen that game film.
You've got to see that.
I tweeted another one last night. That
is it even better than mine?
A little bit. They put it in like a computerized thing to follow his head.
I think that's what I got. Well,
okay.
will you get it for me?
Yeah.
All right.
They didn't even have drones in the
Seth, this will even pipe you right up.
The sky. Emma's birthday party had a drone, and I don't have a $3 billion budget like Cheadle. But never mind the drone. The shooter was spotted acting suspicious by men on the ground a half an hour before he opened fire.
26. I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah.
26 minutes?
They spotted him walking around.
Sources tell Fox that the shooter was seen with a rangefinder casing the stage. CNN says he locked eyes with one of the snipers through the rangefinder. Multiple reports say authorities were radioing the Secret Service about a suspicious individual.
Now, here's where it all lies. When they bring this Cheadle bitch up on the hill and they start doing an investigation, I hope that radio transmission can become public knowledge so that you can hear the conversations they were having as to whether the radio traffic will tell it all.
They won't ever really.
You don't think so?
Former presidential radio. I mean, I don't know. Don't you think there's code words and things in there that we shouldn't hear?
Maybe, but
I just say
it's the true. Somebody's going to have to hear it. Maybe the public doesn't get to hear it, but senators and congressmen who could be and who are investigating this, you need to. One of the most major pieces of evidence is their communication to each other. Right?
Yeah.
Who called off what? Who said what? I mean, at minute 26, before you zip it down to minute 0 where he gets shot, at minute 26, what was the first radio transmission? Hey, this is Unit 6, and there's a guy that seems to be carrying a long rifle with a ladder going to the AGT building. Okay, Unit 26. Okay, Unit 54. We got you. Let me see. We're gonna.
Do you know if this stuff's recorded, Bubba?
It's all recorded.
Oh, it is? Okay.
It's all recorded. It's all recorded. Now, whether we get to hear it or not, but I got to think that since this is going to be a congressional hearing and this is a big whodunit, I mean, I got to think that they're going to those radio transmissions are going to be in play. That lays it all out. What they were saying behind the scenes as to why they were letting this guy go. If at minute 26 there is any type of transmission that says this is said police officer telling whomever's listening to this channel, which could be 80, 90, 100 people all in with all the people, I see a man, a suspect, a suspicious suspect, looks to be carrying like maybe a rifle with a ladder headed up the building. Like, if that was called...
Well, I didn't call that part, because I guess he was just walking around with a backpack.
Okay.
But still.
Guy walk around with a backpack. If you're in charge, you'll be like, oh, yeah, Unit 25, go ahead and talk to that guy with a backpack. Doesn't hurt to talk. See if we can... I think, Lummy, that if you're in that area, you have no rights with regards to, like, they have the right to search you no matter what. Like... whatever your amendment that people they can't.
Just come up and search you for no reason.
Yeah, stop and frisk. I don't know if that's legal or not, but I think at a presidential rally, they have total control. They can search you. They can kick you out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at minute 26, when they're saying, hey, we got a little bit of a suspect here, a questionable suspect here that's got a backpack. Did somebody say, "Oh yeah, don't worry about that. Backpacks are cool. I see them. We got them in sight. Nothing going on here." Like, I mean, this whole case is going to be determined on the police traffic and the audio and who said no. I mean, I've been reading reports where they're like, there were stand down commands saying don't shoot.
Why?
I don't know. We have to ask these people why.
Even sending pictures of him, and nothing was done about it. And they let Trump take the stage and remain on it. How does the Secret Service get outfoxed for half an hour by a kid with no military training? CBS reports Crooks disappeared and was later seen with a backpack. And the story keeps changing about the latter. Now the media is reporting that Crooks used an air conditioning unit to hop atop the 12-foot building. So where's the 5-foot ladder that he says he bought? And were police wearing body cams? Because we'd like to see those.
Yeah.
CNN said he drove his Hyundai Sonata and parked it outside the rally. So why did they tow away a big conversion van? How does a soft civilian with a rifle get on the roof of a Secret Service watch post and almost murder the president?
I mean, that right there is the question. Yeah. I mean, he just pretty much broke it down. That's the question. That's the only question you really have to ask.
CNN said he drove his Hyundai Sonata and parked it outside the rally. So why did they tow away a big conversion van?
I mean, this right here is the only question that needs to be answered.
How does a soft civilian with a rifle get on the roof of a Secret Service watch post and almost murder the president? We're also learning tonight that Crooks' father called 911 just after Trump got shot. How did the dad immediately know his son was the shooter? And why did the Secret Service announce Crooks acted alone before they'd accessed his phone? How'd they know? We hear they're in his phone now, but they're not telling us anything. The assassin didn't text, didn't email, didn't have calls from anybody, had no Google search history, no social media footprint. Come on. The FBI covered up the trans shooters.
Just like Candace Owens said, night of Lummy, and I tweeted, Candace Owens saying the reason why, like, this happened like at what, 6:14?
Yeah, something like that, yep.
And like by 11 o'clock, Candace Owens, by the time we got home from the party and all, I'm sitting there, Candace Owens was tweeting, the reason why they're not releasing the suspect's identity is because the current FBI, CIA, Secret Service, Homeland Security, whatever, they are absolutely wiping this guy's social media presence clean. That they don't want you to be able to go back and see anything. And she was right.
Yes, she was.
She was right.
Why would they want to do that?
Because it would potentially show
that they're stupid.
Who motivated him?
Yeah, the narrative.
The narrative.
Oh.
And if there's nothing, then there's nothing. Dead guys don't talk. You know that, Gene.
Yeah.
The Vegas massacre motive and called the Fort Hood shooting workplace violence. You think we're going to get a straight answer here? With all these mysterious failures, Biden says he still has confidence in Cheadle, but doesn't know Cheadle's a woman.
Is it acceptable that
I mean, this here we go.
I've still not heard, at least publicly, from the Secret Service director?
Oh, I've heard from him.
I've heard of him.
What have you heard from her?
We hear they're in his phone now, but
hold on here.
But doesn't know
the national security agencies, the Homeland Security, all the major elements.
Sources close to the Biden family says Cheadle was well liked by Dr. Jill after serving on her security detail.
Yep, and just like I said.
That's how she got the job. This is your typical Biden family affair.
This is nepotism. I'll do you a favor. Biden family affair deal.
Obama's Secret Service director resigned when a man with a knife jumped the White House fence. So is Cheadle just staying around to cover?
Great point. Great point. Mm-hmm. Barack Obama's guy felt so bad about the breach of security and securing our president that when a guy jumped the fence with a knife when Obama was there, his Secret Service guy resigned. Probably because Obama had some big enough balls to call him up and say, listen, bitch, you got two options. I'm going to fire you or you're going to resign.
Right, because you're not doing your job.
Exactly. I'm sorry. You were my friend. I picked you, but you messed up. Somebody's taking a fall. It ain't going to be me. See you later, buddy. Kick a can down the road. But not stupid-ass Joe. I don't think we should fire her. She's one of Jill's favorites. Can't fire her. Jill, they want me to fire Kimberly. You can't fire Kimberly. That was my personal detail girl. I'm the one that promised her this job. Cannot. Joe, you cannot fire her. Okay. Jill, you're okay. You're good.
So the Bidens set it up to have Trump murdered, and then they were still going to let the Secret Service director stay on. Like that was their plan all along.
No, I mean, that's what you could try to put together.
Like, would they try to put the blame on somebody?
I don't know that they'll ever be able to prove that, but this might be the perfect crime that you cannot prove that. And the fact that really what happened is, Jill Biden and Kamala deliberately stretched the resources of the Secret Service on the day that Donald was going to be in Pennsylvania. They do these pop-up appearances, taking Donald's details almost to down a third, and something like this slips through. They were only hoping something like this could slip through. They may not have managed it. They may not have followed through with the orders and the setup, but they were hoping that some whack job heard some of their key buzzwords like bullseye and, destroyer Hitler and the destroyer of all democracy.
You're saying that there was a dog whistle for this?
Yeah, I'm thinking that the Democrats have been strategically using these words to get a 20-year-old guy, that's got some mental issues, all riled up, thinking that he needed to go kill the president. And if that guy happened to do that, and we're understaffed, and he slips through the cracks,
it probably happens.
And then maybe we don't have to worry about going against Donald Trump. And then the GOP is going to be scrambling as to who they put in there, and we win. We win. I mean, listen.
And we can blame Iran.
And guess what? Guess who did it? Iran did it.
Yep.
And now we start a war with Iran. Democrats love war. And so, I mean, that or Donald Trump is going to kick your candidate's ass. Like, your candidate is so disheveled and so old. I've been pulling for him from here and there, but I was pulling for him for a few days ago and be like, hey, because I want to see a good race. I really do. But it's going to be a blowout. Because Joe could have bettered himself with the American public by Monday morning saying, I've accepted the resignation of Kim Cheadle. There were some gross mixed negligence on behalf of the Secret Service in guarding the president. I, too, am guarded. That could have very well been me. I'm making drastic changes. I'm looking into having congressional hearings. I want to get to the bottom of who caused this. I mean, go on offense so that you can cover your ass instead of going on defense because you might have been behind it. You go on offense, Lummy, when you didn't have anything to do with it, and you want to find the answer. You go on defense, allow the Secret Service director to keep her job when there's some intel that you don't want out that could possibly implicate you in a roundabout way. I mean, they're trying to throw everything, all the January 6th stuff, they're trying to throw on Trump, right?
Yeah.
Based on his words, when really he didn't really say go down there. I mean, like it's words. Couldn't they start using these Democratic people that have used the word bullseye and elimination and Hitler, and look at January 6th, where there's one person killed. And it wasn't even a cop or anything like this. It was a person. It was one of the protesters. And that's it. And a couple doors broken. And I mean, listen, I'm not trying to underscore the significance of January 6th and how somebody should be in trouble for that. And that's probably not a cool way to protest. But you can't. It's apples to oranges when you compare January 6th to what just happened last Saturday. I mean, That's apples to oranges right there. And I don't know if we'll ever get to the bottom of it, but I'll tell you how you get to the bottom of it is you get that radio transmission.
Yeah, and the police body cams.
And the police body cams.
If you want a deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back after these words.
Tells a lot about the man and about his character. Folks, I know what a black job is. It's the vice president of the United States. I know what a black job is. The first black president of America is Barack Obama. Thomas Crooks.
So we vote this year for a new president?
Yeah, November.
November.
We have more questions than answers right now. It just said, take a look what happened. Shooting that left Republican nominee for president with a damaged ear. But think about what happened here. The authorities, they have identified the shoot felony was purchased legally by Crooks for the rally. Tell our audience why it's so important that the FBI is taking the lead on this investigation.
Well, first of all, the FBI has a lead on all investigations, internal audit about how this happened.
They're hurt and you need legal representation. They only
a budget and, well, the CIA has a big budget, a manpower, the number of agents. I mean, just look, without any political assassination or attempt, if those things have that implied, it is very, because in political act of violence, it's normally very banned. So there's sometimes these people have these ideas in their head that this happened.
The car, which he uses the ladder to get to the roof of the adjacent American Glass Research Building shooting range the day before.
Well, you can tell that kid never had a good life, anyway.
What up, Felix?
Kid is shot.
What it do, fat pigs?
He's just, God made him ugly to the point where it was hard to get good friends.
Which he potentially detonated.
No girls were attracted to you to hang out. You weren't buddies with any of them. You wasn't invited to no parties.
That's true.
So it's just tough, Not his fault.
We're not on 820 today. The tower's down.
Okay. I mean, listen, you should have just started working out, getting in shape.
Well, I guess he could have done something like that.
Thanks, Purple Jersey. I hope it doesn't let you down. I gotta edit it a little bit. I'll put it up around 11 or so.
I sent you that the computer image one that I saw. I see yours for how they set it up to Trump's face and it like moves how he moved.
Yeah, this is what I
up, Red Barn?
He's the biggest export from Warsaw, Indiana.
Oh, yeah! Bubba the Love Sponge.
Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Operation Pigmentation will be your podcast, your exclusive Bubba Radio Network, Bubba Army Podcast Network. Things like Operation Pigmentation, Clem Kush, Ladies of the BRN. I think Gary Cantrell and Seth have done a wrestling couple deals. There's all types of different things that Seth's got on over there.
Loner and Stoner, Tigbits.
Oh, yeah. Loner and Stoner, Tigbits.
Loner and Stoner said this is their best show. Comes out tomorrow, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're really proud of it.
This is what Lummy was talking about. So anyway, go to anywhere. Spotify, iHeart, Bubba Army HQ, wherever you get your podcasting from. Just type in the Bubba Army, and you'll see, God, what are we at? 1,400 episodes, something like that?
I mean, the first 24 hours, it's anywhere between like 2,000 and 3,000 an episode.
No. I'm talking about how many episodes we got.
It's 1,100.
Yeah, 1,100. Lummy, this is a computer reenactment of. This is an AI generated depiction of Donald Trump's head angle as he was speaking on Saturday. And if you notice when you watched it, we've watched it, all of us now, hundreds of times. And you can see that he's referring to a big immigration board, which causes him to, kind of tilt his head a little bit to look at that board sideways. And as he has his head tilted, he's, doing various body, movements and motions as you talk. As you talk, you kind of shuck and jive your head a little bit when you're in the middle of a big ass speech. And as he was moving his head, around a little bit, had he not moved his head that last second, right before I think he said the word hopefully I think it's either happens or hopefully was his last word spoke before the first one got him in the ear.
Take a look what happened.
It's happened. It's the last word spoke in his speech was happens, and that's where he got hit.
And thank God he looked at that board, not the other one.
So look at this.
Take a look what happened.
And it even shows the bullet. That's how close we came to probably being in a civil war right now. I mean, I don't know. Listen, either one of them. Joe Biden needs to make it to the finish line, and so does Donald Trump, and so does Robert F. Kennedy. Nobody, regardless of how much you hate Trump or how much you hate Biden or hate Kennedy, man, you've got to let the people vote on a human being that hasn't been assassinated. That's the worst thing that can happen to a country, is an assassination to either one, the leader, or two, the people that are going against the leader in an election. That is the worst. I mean, uprising type stuff. It's practically a Powerball like winning statistic that he survives this. Right? I mean, it's just, oh my God. Here we go.
Take a look what happened.
And if he hadn't turned his head to look back.
Wow.
Maybe he heard.
No,
because if you look at, they don't show it on this, but earlier in the video, there's a board on both sides, and he was doing his head both ways.
Oh my God! Watch, look at this.
Ooh.
What happened?
man, right there. I mean,
Oh, let me. So it was 2 fired. 1. They're saying that he got hit twice.
Well, I think another bullet flew by.
Look what happened.
Now, is that the one that hits or doesn't hit?
That's the one that hits.
it hits because it's inside of his ear. See it?
All right. Now watch the second one.
It might have missed him. No, it hit him.
I mean, it like he got double nicked.
Wow.
According to this.
Take a look what happened.
And if you look at him, you can see him put his hand. So before this, so he's already grabbing his hand. This one must just have been off because he's now grabbing his hand, and his hand would make his ear even that much more thicker, right?
Yeah.
And look at that one. That one was coming. There's
3 shots.
Take a look what happened.
1, 2.
Ooh.
Now, if indeed, as they investigate this, indeed, if there was a second bullet that close, or even went through, like he got nicked by 2 bullets, doesn't that even make this even rarer? Like even more? I mean, to dodge 1 bullet, but to get them both to nick you?
Are people starting to think he's God?
I don't know if that. But
God's on his side.
Man, I got to tell you, are we ever going to really know the truth? I mean, the FBI is the lead investigator. Are they going to cover their Secret Service? I mean, at the end of the day, they all work for Joe. Does Joe step in and say, hey, make this go or is it so high profile now that there's so many people looking at it that Joe can't step in and give it a K5 type deal?
I mean, shouldn't Joe be running an investigation? Is that happening?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Well, there's an investigation coming from Congress.
Here's Rudy Giuliani. Poor guy. Used to be the man. Cleaned up New York City. Then he became too loyal to Trump.
How'd he flame out? Like, didn't he run for president or something?
No, he flamed out when they indicted Trump.
Oh, I thought he was.
It might have been during the Cohen deal. I don't know when he officially flamed out, but I know that he's like.
To be honest, he flamed out when he joined Trump. That's when everyone started making fun of him.
Yeah, poor guy. Here he is. Now this is my Vicodins are kicking in on those 2 glasses of margaritas I had at lunch.
They said he hit Milwaukee happy hour early.
I think he did. I think he really, really did.
Man, I've done that with just a bad ankle.
Gene, Gene, you get into mishaps like your forklift guy almost crushes you against some fencing.
Oh man, I'm still hurting over that.
Oh, I keep getting buffering. I can't get it to reload because I didn't play at all.
No.
I start. Oh,
you start to on X.
Here we go. Rudy Giuliani walking in. Oh, those Somos are starting to hit. Look at this pretty object. Oh, hey. Okay, I'm okay. Help me up. Let me get both hands here. Okay, no, I need some help here, guys. I'm a little. Yeah, I don't got my Joe Biden leg braces on. Let me get in here.
Oh, that's tough.
Okay, all right. Everything together? You're good? Yeah, you good? Did you get shot? No, I didn't get shot. I just too many martinis at lunch. Where am I supposed to be here? Okay. Oh, hey, everybody. Hi. It's nothing to see here.
Looks like security's a little loose around Rudy.
Yeah. I don't think Rudy's got.
They scaled back on Rudy.
I don't think Rudy's got a detail. He might have the Waukesha Volunteer Fire Department. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I'd have like New York, policemen just follow me around forever. At least the ones that liked me.
I watched Joe Biden yesterday, and he talked to the NAACP, and you know what? You notice with Joe Biden rallies, they never show the crowd. They never show the crowd, like like when he was at that VFW or whatever the hell he was. I forget where he was. There was about Jill. When Jill Biden
was at the Legion,
came to Tampa, she was at the Legion. And had they been, transparent and showed the audience, you would have seen about 75 to 90 people in there. It's about 100, maybe 100.
Yeah, the capacity was 100, so.
Yeah, so that's what she's got. I mean, as the assassination attempt video becomes more and more viral and you're getting more and more angles and things like that, man, that was, I estimate that there was 30 to 40,000 people there to watch Donald Trump speak. And you never see Joe's crowds. Remember the day after the debate, and he went to North Carolina. And they had a big rally. They really shot him full of some Adderall, and he actually did pretty good.
I thought the crowd was good that day. No,
I don't know. They never showed it.
Oh, okay. The people behind him, they looked excited.
It seemed one of his bigger crowds.
Because didn't he skip over that poor girl?
Oh no, that was a different one. I think.
No, but I'm saying that was hit like that. Still, they put people behind him,
right?
And that looks good and fun. But you're just not seeing what's in front of him,
right?
Okay.
When he was in Detroit. They never show the crowd. With Trump, they do. And so I'm watching the NAACP. He spoke at the NAACP conference in Vegas yesterday. And
Vegas is getting everything, even the NAACP conferences.
Yeah. And he was real slurry. Like he was really, really...
But he gets angry too, and he starts yelling.
Yeah, and it's like, Joe, you're talking to black people, and they don't like to be yelled at. In fact, nobody likes to be yelled at by an old man. It's just not a good feel. Whether you're a 60-year-old white dude or a 29-year-old black dude, nobody wants to be yelled at.
Yeah, but you know what? Joe's probably getting yelled at every day before he, does whatever. They're probably giving him the rundown of what he can say, what's happening.
Jill is.
I mean, yeah, and they're probably just telling him everything he's done wrong.
He probably can't even go to bed and get any, oral or anything. But she'd be like, "No, I'm not doing nothing for you. You completely screwed up the NAACP today, calling them black people and talking down to them and screaming them like an old man."
Would Viagra work on a man that old?
For what?
No,
so that he stands at the podium with an erection?
No, I'm saying if he wanted to tap Jill, could he?
I think there's no tapping. I don't think Joe's penis has worked in 20 years.
Okay, I was wondering.
I don't. That would be that's what Trump is always so narcissistic. He should say, "Yes, I just want to let you know during this debate. Hey, Joe, just one simple question. Are you still sexually active? Because I blast my hot wife at least 3 or 4 times a week. Yes, it's very awesome. It's very tremendous. She's very hot. I can. Now, Joe, I'll give you a break if you're just not attracted to the old bag anymore. I can see you there, buddy. But are you still getting a boner, Joe? Can you still get a boner for the people?" Well, I vote, man. If your president can't get a boner, he can't be president. They got to say, can you still get a bone?
Well,
because being able to get a boner tells a little. I mean, that makes.
Well, saying you have one and then letting us actually see it. Those are
you bring in some test. You bring in whatever. You test it out whether the president can get a boner or not. Because if he can't get a boner,
we bring Lisa Ann.
Man, where's this world going to?
But hold on, if you can't get a
Bubba's world, Gene, where you gotta have a boner.
If you can't get a boner,
if the leader can't get a boner, he can't lead.
Right. Because, Gene, when you can't get a boner anymore, it automatically makes you soft.
Well,
Am I right or wrong? The ability to get a boner puts an edge on you, does it not? An edge that could really, really lead to being a good leader. But if you can't get a boner and you're just soft Willie Jones the entire time, you're already defeated as a man. What defines us as men, ultimately, in the most caveman-like way, is
taking care of
whether
our
we
family?
can get a boner, whether you can produce a family, maintain a family, and get a boner. Because when you can't get a boner anymore, it completely deflates you. You're like, man, I can't even get a boner anymore, man.
They have medicine to help with that.
I know. But even if you are so far gone that only Cialis and Viagra can only do so much. I'd really like to know that. Joe, can you get a boner? when is the last? Just want to let you know, I had sex with my wife before this election, before this debate. Had her in the back, had her bent over the couch. This is really awesome. It's very tremendous. She's very hot. She speaks 5 languages.
Lummy, were you
Joe, how about you? Joe, when's the last time that you bent Jill over and really gave it to her, Joe? Tell me right now. I don't know, man. It's been a while. You know, I'm all for black people, though. I'm telling you, can I tell you what a black job is? A black job is the vice president of the United States. That's what a black job is. That's what he said yesterday.
Of course. Jill did put in her book that just came out this year that the relationship has been about good sex, and they were having good sex up until he was in office,
right,
as a president. So
really,
yeah, it's in her book.
That book strategically placed. You know that his handlers read it and say, "Hey, listen, man, you got to put Joe over on the boner deal because I mean, people that really, she's like, well, listen, we haven't had sex since '86. Well, I'm telling you, you got to, nobody's going to vote for a guy that can't get a boner. Okay, so just go rave on and on. What she should have done is she should have been like, I got to tell you, man. I know Joe seems conservative, but in bed, man, he's a wild man.
Yeah. What if Joe turns into a 42-year-old when he's mounting his woman? I mean,
then you know what? Then I would gracefully say, I got it all wrong with you, Joe. You're way more of a man than I thought you were. I would be willing to say that.
You're voting for him then?
No, I'm not voting for him, but he's less of a pussy if he can get a bone.
Here's what he thinks of black jobs. I love this phrase, black jobs.
Doesn't he just look like the old man that's yelling at you on the for not getting on my lawn?
Especially right there.
I can't imagine how old he looks to like younger people, Bubba.
Yeah, like a 27-year-old guy.
Yeah.
About the man and about his character. Folks, I know what a black job is. It's the Vice President of the United States.
And I think people are done, and he does. This isn't a black or a white thing, but when you call people folks, it's really old school grandpa like.
Way old school.
Folks. No, how about y'all, or how about you
Well, you can't say you don't want to say guys or anything like that, Bubba, because then you're getting your pronouns.
Yeah, I know, but you can come up with something better.
Mixed up.
You can come up with something better than grandpa folks.
Job is, it's the Vice President of the United States.
Is our vice president black?
Our vice president is black, Gene, yes.
Mix. Yeah.
I'm glad that you have great world history.
I didn't know. Never seen him.
Gene, it's a girl.
Oh, it's a girl.
She's what?
Gene, you mean you're trying to tell you the way you
I'm
roll
trying
around,
to tell me I do not know the vice presidency at all.
The way that you roll around in life, you don't even know who the vice president is.
No, sir.
I think she's Indian and black.
Gene, just shut up with the racial word that'll come out of your whole next. Just know that she's Native American and African American, and that's all you need to know. No comment.
She's Jamaican and the other Indian, I think.
The other Indian.
She's what?
She's not a Native American. She's
India.
She's
India.
Okay. So she's a.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Don't say it.
How the heck did that happen?
Let's just move on.
A Dapo top.
How'd that happen?
She's a
Must have been on a vacation.
She's a Dapo top.
You know what I'm saying?
First black president of America is Barack Obama. Vice President Barack. And she's my vice president.
What?
It's just a good question.
What?
Do you want to show Gene our vice president? I feel like this is gonna be an unveiling.
My vice president.
Yeah, give me
If
a
you put it
picture.
on the lineup, I could not tell you who she is.
So you're saying, hold on. If
you put 6 girls up there, I could not point her out.
That sounds like a fun game.
That does.
Can we find 6
Yes,
girls?
let me find me 6 women,
Okay.
6 business women, because they're going to be in, she's going to be dressed up in her official.
Should it be political women or just like put like Megan Thee Stallion up there?
No,
let's have some fun.
Well, listen, Lummy.
Nicki Minaj.
Seth, how about during this commercial break, you help Lummy come up with 6 chicks.
I'll send them names
for
right
us
now.
to play the new game called Gene Lasker, name our current vice president.
Done.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Musk tell Gavin Newsom to suck his dick?
No.
Elon Musk is now moving SpaceX.
Oh, I saw that.
To Texas because of Gavin Newsom's transgender policy now in California. This is so fucked up. Listen to this. Gene, in California, a law just passed by the governor. So this ain't no fucking bull. This is the law. They just passed this law. And that is if you're a kid, no matter how old you are, younger the better, and these teachers are telling you, are you a boy? Are you a girl? And you know they're getting you all fucked up with what you really are.
Well, I'm going to argue the first.
If you tell them that you're something different than what you are, you're gonna say. So if I say I think I'm a little girl, then they can go behind your parents' back and start helping you transition into that without telling your parents.
They can't do that.
Yes, Gavin Newsom just signed a fucking law. Let me find it for me. I will. I'll find out. You get those 6.
Hey, so I don't know which one you get. So
I'm getting the first 2.
Here's the 3 that I have. So far, just so they're.
Oh, you got those? Okay. I'm sending you this, and I'll send you just you know.
I know. But I figured with the kind of you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, that's good. I was just send a couple.
I gotcha. I'll look if you want.
I do think that would be. I think she would be a good one.
Oh yeah. All right.
You gonna throw?
Yeah, I'll put the other 2. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll send you this.
That dude was hit by lightning and he lived.
In his car?
No, he was on his driveway.
Oh shit.
Wow. Anybody got any Tums?
No, I usually actually have some, but I don't have it.
But he's not here.
Merch Creek might have some.
I got one in my truck.
Lummy, is your Gmail good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like lightning struck.
Local?
820.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
We're gonna have Stein on tomorrow.
I hope he's okay.
Well, he's at the airport now, heading back, so.
Old dog, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, buddy. You're talking to yourself, man. I didn't say shit. What up, Zen B? What up, Kabuki? Talking to yourself.
What's up, Fat Pig?
Shirt's a little big.
Was that your idea on the game? Whoever's idea that was fun as fuck. About the game, that was funny.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you.
Hey, Bubba, we're gonna have if it's okay with you, Stein on tomorrow.
Okay.
He's flying back. He can
But what now? Do we need to get into? Do we need to get into?
What up, Bobby Cook?
What happened to him?
What up, Hoss?
Huh?
You mean today?
Yeah.
I
mean.
Shut up, old dog. Oh, Joe Biden just called him black. Get the fuck out of here.
What's that?
He doesn't know 100% yet what's going to happen.
I'm not arguing about
But
people's
he
fucking
did get kicked out of the
pigmentation.
RNC, and he's going to find out what his probably punishment will be.
I mean, do I need to bring this up?
No, I would wait till we'll probably know more later today.
What up,
And then we
Mitch?
can talk about it tomorrow. But he said he'll come on Zoom tomorrow. If you're okay with that. And then we got Brian coming in.
How do you see anything to take a piss?
Did you lock the door?
Well, you gotta be a light switch. Should be like 8 inches from inside the door on the right.
No, the light switch is outside the door.
It's where is it at?
Outside the door. Behind the post.
There's stuff to see out there.
We gotta make another slam.
He's the biggest Longhorn Steakhouse groupie. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Low activity today, Lummy. I'm at 100 from Hierarchy today because Seth is the man, quote unquote. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army, or check out the new tactical bags. Gene, do you use a tactical bag? Like, I need to get you a tactical bag.
For what?
Well,
I'm not climbing no roof.
No, Gene, a tactical bag. the Bubba Army tactical bag is a. God, I need to maybe have Lummy go upstairs and get one. But it's a bag that you can put your gun, you can put your wallet, you can put your cell phone, you can put your glasses, you can put your car keys.
That's a wife.
That's. Gene, when you're driving around town and you're walking into Walmart and you're walking into Lowe's and stuff like that, you have to, and you don't have your lovely wife with you to carry all that stuff in her purse.
I'm not reaching into a bag to get to my gun.
Well, you have your own gun. I'm sorry, you have your own bag, your tactical bag. It looks real manly. You put it over your shoulder. And you got your wallet in there in your car. I know you're taking a crap on it now because you're trying to be a dick, but if
I'm just thinking it's a purse.
It's
close, right?
You sling it over your shoulder.
That's a purse.
Lummy, can you help me out here?
I don't. It has a bad name, but it's like a fanny pack, but it's like a small backpack also. So I would say backpack.
Johnny Costica, 100.
Thank you.
Here you go, buddy. That's what he said to me. Thank you, John. John, do you want those Brickyard 400 tickets?
He's waiting for his wife to wake
up. All right,
up.
Cool. So, Gene,
yeah, I would like to have one.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Small little backpack, yeah.
Sounds cool.
Because I'm telling you right now.
You had me at fanny pack.
All right, can I put all these people on one? I think I can if I do this. Hold on, stand by.
Kind of minimize them?
No, if I go like this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then click on them, will they all?
They should, but
no,
it looks like
they won't.
Messenger's messing up.
Well, it just looks like, okay, so Gene, we're going to have to give you...
So that's Channel 8 reporter.
Okay. All right, there you go.
Damn it, Gene looked at my screen.
Right now, the Seth Kushner inspired game is Gene... Let me get my sound effects ready to go. Let me, because Gene Lasker, name our current vice president. Woo! Hold on.
I do not know the name.
Now, Lummy,
yes.
Seth, can you please make sure that somebody turns off Gene's screens because chat's going to give him the right answer.
I don't got no chats.
You know what? You know what, Seth? That might be the best. That might be the best saying ever. I ain't got no chat.
It's probably the way to live life.
I don't look at chat. Please, can you imagine? Gene actually comes on, does this show, doesn't even look at chat.
No,
doesn't even look at it.
Nope. But I just covered his YouTube.
All right, cool. I think you know what, Seth.
I don't think he even knows where it was.
I think he's the one that's got to figure it out around here. Don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
How to live longer in the BRN.
Yes.
Just don't look. Just don't. I mean, the chat will take 10 years off you.
There's nothing bad about Gene. I haven't seen one bad thing about Gene since he's been on the show.
All right, Gene. So here we go. This is contestant number 1. Okay, here we go. This is contestant number 1.
Oh, that can't be our
okay.
VP.
All right. I'm just saying.
Why that can't be?
That'd be nice if she was.
Well,
Gene.
Okay.
All right, he's ruling that.
Who is that?
All right, that's contestant number 1.
Oh,
here's contestant number 2 as our potential vice president. Okay.
Well, no, I don't think so.
Okay, hold on here. Let me go like this, and then let me go back to this one. That way we can have them in line. So far we got one. This is contestant number 1. This is contestant number 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that Madonna?
Maybe that is. Again, Seth, living the life of Gene Lasker.
Yeah.
Is that Madonna?
This is great. I I don't think he's totally ruled her out, though.
All right. This is contestant number 3.
Oh, she is by an American flag.
Well, I mean, Gene does have some great deduction skills, does he not?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Here is contestant number 4. See, it makes me. I'll just go like that. There's contestant number 4. Okay.
Another American flag in there.
Yeah, another American flag. Hold on.
Got something in
There's
there.
contestant number 6. And there's contestant number. Did we put 7 in there?
6.
Okay. So here we go. You ready, Gene? 6, 5, 4, 3.
4 or 6 because they're
2,
both mixed.
1.
Be 4 or 6.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 or 6.
5 is mixed too.
5 is mixed too.
Yeah.
But she don't look smart.
Okay. All right. All right. So
she
hold
got
on.
no smarts right there.
All right. So hold on.
She got a bad eye.
So Gene, let's go ahead and analyze all the candidates. Okay. Here's contestant number 1. What do you see in her?
You see a lot, but I don't see her being a leader.
Okay. This is contestant number 2.
She can just, make you write back checks. She can't run the
She
show.
can. This bitch will cost you some money, won't she?
Yeah, she's
Yeah. Okay. Here's contestant number 3.
just too young.
Okay. Here's contestant number 4.
Truthfully, she looks like a terrorist.
Hold on. Truthfully, she looks like. May I quote you and say that you? And I don't want to misquote you. Quote. Truthfully, she looks like a terrorist.
Right.
End
she's
quote.
one of those.
Okay. Okay. There's number 5.
She's handicapped, so she probably didn't make it.
And she's handicapped. And then here's number 6.
So that's the winner?
I mean, I'm asking you. 6.
She looks like she
5,
could be
4, 3, 2, 1.
It's just between them two.
Which one?
It's between the two that I told you.
4
Her
and 6.
and 6.
4 and 6. So let me get rid of. I won't even get rid of everybody else. We'll tell Gene who they are. So it's either that girl or this girl.
Yeah.
That girl or this girl. That girl or this girl. So Gene, 4 or 6.
Yeah, it's probably.
Should we say the name and then maybe he could go from there?
I don't know the name. What's her name?
No. Well, no.
No, we can't tell you.
We'll tell you the name later. That one, which is 4, or this one, which is 6.
Well, she's got the big black nose, so we'll go at 6.
Oh my God!
I get it.
You got it right.
Yeah.
Her name is Kamala Harris. Okay.
I've heard
this
of that.
woman right here is named Nikki Haley, and she's the current governor of South Carolina.
No, she's not the governor anymore.
She's the former governor of South Carolina, and she finished second to Trump in the primary. This woman here is named, her nickname is AOC. She's a congressperson from the Bronx of New York City, and
she's good for America, right?
No, she's bad.
She's bad.
She's the kind of person that wants to let your kid go to school and the school system tell them whether they're a boy or a girl.
Oh no, we don't want her.
And then this woman is a congresswoman, Boebert. Is that her name?
Boebert.
Laura Boebert from Colorado. And Gene, she's been kind of caught up in a couple of little sexual scandals lately. And then
you can tell.
Is this Megan Fox?
Yeah.
God, is this modern day Megan Fox?
Yeah.
Wow. She looks good as hell. And then this is Nick. This is Gene. Have you ever heard of Nicki Minaj?
A rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with her music?
Sorta.
Is that too much booty for you?
Really? I mean, give me
that's a lot. I don't know what too much is because my Sarah's got a fat butt.
Sarah's got a perfect
not
butt.
that
so
fat,
I
but
don't know about-
if it got that fat, I'd still love her. Probably more. I don't know.
Gene, I don't know. You might want to just shut up while you're ahead. Let me tell you something. My wife's butt's not that fat, but if it did get that fat, I'd probably still love her even more. End quote. This is CNN, man. And when they're breaking it down like this, I mean, listen, Sleepy Joe. This has got to be scary. This is why, Lummy, this is why the Democrats tried to kill Donald Trump. They put him on trial. They try to pin the J6 deal on him. They try to pin some kind of, some type of lending, inflation in the inflated value of your property. Federal deal on him. They tried to get some bitch that said that he touched her back in '84 at some department store. Of course, he did participate in the Stormy Daniels deal, but they're trying to hem him up on the Mar-a-Lago document deal. They're trying to hem him up on the Fulton County ballot of Atlanta deal. I mean, they got him hemmed up so bad, and then they tried to shoot him. And you think, well, why'd they try to shoot the poor guy? It's because the Democrats are getting... Now, this isn't from Fox. Let's make sure you know this. This isn't from Fox. And I think we all would agree that CNN, MSNBC tend to be the ones, they used to call CNN Clinton News Network because it's the liberal-leaning side of the news. When you watch your news, you kind of know what their slant is going to be just based on who you're watching. If I'm watching Fox, Lummy, I know that, literally it's a Republican, oral fest. And then when I watch CNN, it's kind of a let's not give Donald Trump a break. He's a weirdo. He's a whack job. He puts this at risk. And then MSNBC is just completely unhinged with regards to being so liberal that they're so liberal that they're out liberaling themselves.
Oh man, Morning Joe was pissed off. They took him off the air the other day.
Yeah, I know. Is he still off?
No, they're back on. He came back on the other day and he said if they ever take him off again, he's gone. This guy though, Bubba, I don't know this guy. I know his last name's King, and I'm sure everybody hates him because he's on CNN. But this guy breaks it down into counties.
No, I know.
He knows Pinellas County. It's always interesting to hear him talk about. He knows what every county, what color they lean towards.
Yeah, this guy is really, really even. If Fox could get this guy, they'd try to get this guy. CNN's got to be paying this guy a lot because this guy here is one of the best at breaking the presidential election down, even to, like Seth said, even to counties that were one way or the other that now have flipped. This guy is really on. And so, again, John King. This guy, and he's with CNN. And you know how CNN is back in the coffee room. Hey, listen, man, when you can go in and throw a bad jab into Donald, go ahead. And don't ever give that guy a break. Go, Joe, go. Well,
but don't you think this stuff's driving people crazy to watch the news more? If they're like, "Hey, Trump's winning right now; he's going to win in a landslide." Don't you think people are going to keep watching more and more to see if that's true or not?
Yes, I think CNN has now. I think you hit it dead on the right on the nail right on the head, Seth, and that is CNN's kind of thrown their programming hands in the air and say, "Listen, we can't sit here and defend this dude, so let's make the news make it a landslide because that's something to report, and people want to watch that." Right?
Yeah.
More so than, Joe Biden's going to hang in there. He's doing better. He's doing okay. He just met with the NAACP. He's doing better. He had a rally. No. In fact, I saw this one thing that I tweeted yesterday, Lummy. There was this woman. She was walking out of the Butler, Pennsylvania convention. Everybody was kind of scattered and stuff. And she kept hearing these two news reporters talking about, man, Biden's going to get his ass kicked by Trump. I don't even know why we're out here, and she says so I was interested to see what news source they were from. They were journalists that were talking pro-Trump and how they don't really like doing their job. And he said, it was a woman, said that they were from CNN. So she overheard CNN workers saying, man,
they said Trump is right.
Trump is right. Trump is right. So when CNN is reporting this, there is turmoil in the blue party. Let me see. Let me turn this. I thought I had it turned on, but I did not. Of course. I get the wrong deal. So many buttons, like I'm running an aircraft carrier.
But this is our current CNN projection of where we are now. And look at this. If Donald Trump won what we have here, dark red states, solid Republican. Light red states, leaning Republican. If he won just those right there, he would already have the path to 270. He would have 272 electoral votes. Look what is different. We have Wisconsin as a toss-up. We have Pennsylvania as a toss-up, 2 critical states for Joe Biden. Michigan right now, another critical state for Biden, leaning Republican. Georgia, a state Biden flipped, leaning Republican. Arizona, a toss-up state. That was a state Biden flipped. Nevada, a state he won, leaning Republican. This is the dire strait for Joe Biden right now on the first night of the Republican convention. Tomorrow is 16 weeks to Election Day.
I didn't know it's only 16 weeks.
16 weeks from tomorrow, we count the votes. It is tough to change a map like this in that amount of time. And here's why Democrats are so worried, why so many Democrats are saying, Mr. President, please reconsider and get out of this race. Because
and again, there's not just one. There's major movers and shakers in the Democratic Party, I think, that are saying this. Well, I mean, it started out as kind of a little whisper deal after the debate, but I think that this call to resign is getting louder and louder.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi's leading it.
And I don't think he's gonna.
Now, Trump is leading here. And Trump is leading here, narrowly, but he's ahead in those states. Trump is leading here. That's 312 electoral votes. Trump is leading in this Nebraska congressional district.
I mean,
this is that way. Nebraska.
This here he is, where he breaks the counties. Listen,
it does it by congressional district. That's 313 electoral votes. And Democrats are warning that Trump may not be well ahead. It may still be margin of error. It might be a tie. But right now, Trump is competitive here. That's blue Virginia. That's blue New Hampshire. So the warnings to the White House.
I mean, that's an ass kicking.
Yeah.
That is an absolute ass kicking.
Or Donald Trump could conceivably, if the current dynamics in the race hold, get 330 or more electoral votes. That's what they believe.
I mean, that, again.
What was the last blowout?
Okay,
Ronald Reagan,
across America
84?
facing skyrocketing
Was it Clinton,
insurance
Bob
costs,
Dole?
prompting some residents
Might
to say
have been.
sayonara to their homes.
Coming from? I'm sorry, where the hell is
A
this?
new Redfin report shows that 12% of Florida residents are considering moving to lower risk areas to avoid insurance hikes. Nationwide, that number.
Supposed to be no, there we go. What's the biggest? Can you Bing? What's the biggest presidential blowouts? I think Ronald Reagan, Jimmy Carter might have been one of them, and I think Bob Dole, maybe whoever he was running against. I think Clinton Dole maybe might have been a huge blowout.
Well, wasn't 84 when Reagan took almost the whole entire country?
Yeah, I think. Look, could you?
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
Could you look at the 1984 presidential? I think there might have been like 3 states that went blue, like Massachusetts, District of Columbia. I don't think has a vote. Do they? Do they have a vote? Do they have an electoral?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think they do because they're a recognized city.
Looks like the biggest margin of victory is Warren G. Harding.
Well, I mean, modern day.
I sent you the 84 Reagan one.
So what if Joe does quit and it steps out? Who goes in?
Well, they're saying Kamala.
That girl.
That girl. That you freshly learned girl. Let me hear. It was.
What happens to it if she makes it?
Well, what do you mean if
trouble?
What do you mean if she makes? I don't.
Well, he quits. She goes in. She wins. What happens to us?
I don't know.
I just sent you a map.
It looks like it's Ronald Reagan. It does look like it's Ronald Reagan.
525 to 13.
Did you send me a different one than you
sent?
Yeah,
I did.
All right, so you sent me something secondly.
Just a map, yep.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it. Let me get this in here.
And D.C. does get the vote.
So Minnesota was he won 2.
In D.C.
What did he win? He won 525 to 13.
Wow.
And he only won Minnesota, which was, I think, Mondale, where he was from. Right, yeah. Walter Mondale. He won Minnesota, and he won Washington, D.C. And Ronnie Ray. Now, that's an ass-kicking. Is that not an ass-kicking?
Yeah.
Look at some of the prominent blue states that went red. Illinois.
California.
Michigan. California. That was probably the last time. New York. When's the last time? It might have been New York. The last time New York and California went red might have been rapping Ronnie Reagan.
I think they said the first George Bush won California. I'll look it though.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Gene, that's the $64 million question. What happens to the party? What happens to the electability of your candidate winning if they take him out and put her in? You know, that's what they're trying to decipher. Most people are like, we'd like to replace them both with a lot of people are saying the California governor, Gavin Newsom, that they throw him in last minute. But literally, here's the thing. Nobody, no constitutional amendment, no delegate, no congressman, no senator, no speaker of the House, nobody can force him to resign. Meaning like the Speaker of the House and Nancy Pelosi and the Minority Whip and all these people. I mean, none of them. That inevitably, once he has won the primary. Now, I guess the real F job, the only thing that can really, and I'm not even up to speed on this. I'm not really smart on this, but I think they can have what they call a contested convention. And that's where next week when they get together in is it Chicago?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the Democratic National Convention is next week in Chicago. And I think they can get together and you know how like when you're watching the RNC in Milwaukee, the Vermont sends their head up and says, I want to go ahead and give all of our 22 to Donald J. Trump. And they walk every state up there to give their, votes or delegates, if you will, to, the person that won their state during the primary. But I guess there's something called maybe a contested convention where those delegates can say, we know what the results of the constituents that we represent, Biden won Illinois, the Illinois Democratic primary, by a landslide. It would be way, way not cool for us as the Illinois delegates to say we're not going to give our delegates to Biden, but instead we're going to give them to somebody else. I think, is that how a contested election or a contested convention works?
It says a contested convention where another candidate attempts to convince delegates not to support the frontrunner.
Right. So,
that'd make an interesting convention.
That would, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I'd watch for that. You're like, you're watching the DNC, and rumor has it that the Ohio delegates are not going to back Joe Biden. They are backing Gavin Newsom. Gavin's over there talking to the Ohio people right now. I see him shaking hands, and he's going from Ohio. It looks like he's got the Pennsylvania people talking to him.
Well, they're saying that
right? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, they're saying that California might play a pivotal role at the DNC. Either Kamala or Gavin. They could turn all their delegates over to one of them.
It's going to be a complete crap show.
Gavin Newsom is like the most hated guy in politics, it seems like.
And here's what he just did too. I don't know. I don't think this story matches I don't know, Lummy, if this has a story or I just got to read it. But this is the worst thing I've ever heard of. I told Gene it during the hot mic, and this is like the worst. And that is yesterday, billionaire Elon Musk said that he'll be shifting the headquarters of his privately held SpaceX and social media site X to Texas from California. Now, he'd already moved the Tesla manufacturing stuff to California because he doesn't like Gavin Newsom. Well, now he's taken SpaceX and Twitter to Texas as well, all in lieu of not liking the latest law that Gavin Newsom signed yesterday. Now, that's me and Lummy, you taking your fish shop and relocating it out of, you were in the San Francisco Bay, and now, you may have to, that's just where you have to be because of the fish. But if you got a guy that's the richest man in the world, is he not the richest man in the world?
Yes, I think
Seth,
he still is.
I believe so, yeah.
The richest man in the world, who's already, he's got all kinds of holdings, but his sexy three that he has is Tesla, SpaceX and Twitter, and he moved his car manufacturing place, 3 years ago because of Gavin Newsom, but he still hung on to 2/3 of his portfolio in this instance, and the governor makes such an outlandish law that the richest man in the world, now he's the richest man in the world for a reason, because he's smart and he does, good business-like things. He's got to be good for the community. Think about how many people he employs. Think about it.
Well, he's been trying to get California and San Francisco and stuff cleaned up for a while.
Well, this is the final bill, and I, for the life of me, cannot understand how a person could play God and do this to parents. And Gene, I know how
You wouldn't be doing it to me.
I know how Gene Lasker one time ran for Dunedin School Board
for the PTA.
PTA had, because they pissed him off, and Carline had some stupid rule. They completely were screwing with them.
All they had to do was change the parking lot to make it a lot easier for everybody.
And so anyway,
I was going to do that.
Gene Lasker, Gene Lasker's running for office because he got pissed off. So listen, man, I'm just telling you, when billionaire Elon Musk, the richest person in the world, takes the two major parts of his business, can you imagine what the money that SpaceX generates, California, and taxes? And so, just wages and, property taxes and everything.
Do you think everybody from Twitter and SpaceX found out about the move through Elon Musk's tweet?
Maybe.
I sent you, I think, a news story on it from CBS.
And it's all because Gavin Newsom signed a bill.
Policies.
Welcome back. Well, tonight, our team, we've told you recently.
Policies.
Now stop school.
So wait till you hear. This is the bill that Gavin Newsom supposedly signed. I think is it law now, Lummy?
It's got to be. It's got to be, or Elon wouldn't have sent him out of here.
That made Elon Musk pull. Maybe $1 zillion worth of business right out of your state into Texas. Here it is. This is the worst law ever. I would walk in and punch the principal if they did this to my kid.
Controversy continuing, the governor signing into a law today a ban on so-called parental notification policies.
Now it stops school districts from requiring teachers to tell parents if a child asks to be identified as a different gender. Hunter Sowards is here now with us.
Can you think, regardless if you're Republican, Democrat, black, white, gay, straight, doesn't matter, fat, skinny, rich, poor, that we're going to have teachers indoctrinating certain beliefs into our children? And when our kids say crazy things like, hey, I know I'm a boy, but after all my teachers have been talking to me and stuff, I want to be a girl. Okay, the parents need to be the first mother effers to know that. And this law states that you don't even have to tell the parents. You don't even have to tell the parents.
Wouldn't the parents know if their kid was?
I don't know. Maybe the kid would
was masquerading as a
No, hold on. But maybe the kid would want to lead a double life and be a girl at school and a boy at home because he's afraid to tell his dad.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking of elementary school, not thinking about the older kids.
Right. I'm just saying. But man, you can't write a law in place that protects and allows teachers and school systems to keep this information from the parents?
Nope.
Reaction.
Yeah, this has been a hot topic. As we know, we've been reporting on it for months. It's not just here, but across the state. Rockland Unified, we know, one of those local districts facing legal action over their notification policy. But those I talked to today say despite the governor's signature, this fight is far from over.
It's a first-in-the-nation law. The governor bans policies that require teachers to tell parents if their child asks to change their gender identification. For months, LGBTQ rights advocates rallied outside board meetings, much like this one in Rockland, against the policy.
Man, Gene.
Against it or for it?
Against it. But, Gene, I'd love for them to have one of these public speaking deals and you go up there and, Coben's in 5th or 6th grade or something back then when he was a little bit younger, and they start, spreading this nonsense to Coben and you find out about it.
My son is told and lived it because it's already happened. Okay, when he has to go to the dean or the vice principal or the principal for anything, doesn't make whatever it is, and he has to leave that classroom and go to a boss. He is to say, The only thing he's got to say is, I need my lawyer or my dad. That's what he used to say.
That's the son of an
Perfect
outlaw.
answer.
And then my kid,
Seth, that's the son of an outlaw.
I'm teaching my daughter that same thing today when I get home.
lawyer or my dad.
Pooh, yeah.
I
exactly.
cannot answer a question and I can't talk to you.
Lawyer
That's what you
or
need.
my
My
dad.
dad.
Boy, you know, little Seth, will pick right up on that.
Well, I'm going to say lawyer or Gene Lasker.
Yeah, exactly.
The governor signing AB 1955, it's actually going to just cause more confusion.
Confusion led to chaos at times.
I mean, it pissed Elon off so much that he pulled his two companies. Lummy, could you find out what the combined worth of SpaceX and Twitter is?
Is that like politicians? Is that like Disney picking up and moving?
Oh, it would be like Disney and Universal.
It's adios.
Wow. No, it would be like Disney and Universal, and we already lost the cruise lines 2 years ago.
Orlando would be worthless.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if Disney?
Maybe I'd buy a house there.
I will do You're out of order. You're out of order. You're disparaging the House.
Sparking this heated exchange between parties debating the bill last month. Republican Assemblymember Bill Asaley's microphone cut mid-sentence.
Wrap up. Okay, so we are here today because the proponents have said that school districts have passed dangerous parental notification policies.
Rockland Unified is one of at least 6 other districts in the state that tried passing similar policies. Many met with legal challenges. And while it's being praised as a way to protect LGBTQ students from so-called forced outings,
if parents aren't supportive of their children, then the children shouldn't have to tell the parents.
some say it could interfere with parent transparency.
Yeah.
That don't work at my house.
Survivor 1500 days
Yeah,
landed.
the biggest sticking point in why I'm opposed to AB 1955 is that it's going to
pass this bill in Gene Lasser's district. Let's see how it works out. First open mic night.
Said about 30 billion is what they're both worth.
30 billion.
Wow.
Now, what is that in, windfall to the state as far as, God, it'd be interesting to see, what does California make from those
10
two?
million in taxes.
others on the other side try to force school districts to keep secrets from parents. And I think that's a non-starter for me.
Advocate and Roseville City School Board member Jonathan Zackerson says the law may still give districts the ability to decide how to move forward.
This policy still allows for a lot of flexibility at the school district level.
Let me send 2 of those tickets to Cosica.
Yes. All right.
He just confirmed with me.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that flexibility here in a second. Zackerson for some more
Flexibility? I don't want you telling my kid that he's a boy or a girl.
No, he tells the teacher that he's a boy or a girl, and then they keep it mum.
Yeah, they don't tell you.
Okay, so then
That he's dressing up when he's at school.
yeah, he's putting lipstick on and playing with the girls. But meanwhile, when he comes home, he takes it off on the bus stop.
Yeah.
But you gotta know
which is
that.
just going to
If you're a
make.
good parent,
But
you
hold on,
gotta
it's
know
just going to
that.
make him weirder though, because what it's going to do is going to put so much added pressure on the kids if they're leading this double life, right?
Yeah.
context here. He leads a nonprofit focused on students first.
Listen, man, if your kid would come to you and say, see, I can't even sit here and intellectually, honestly tell you that I could even go for that. I would say, okay, whatever you want to be, Tyler. If you want to be a girl, I support that. I can't say that.
Can I tell you something, Bubba?
What?
I was watching, I had Curb Your Enthusiasm on the other day, and I believe is it Laverne Cox? She was on, I think it was her name, Orange is the New Black.
Yes.
And I believe she was a man who turned into a woman, and she was on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and my daughter asked me if that was a boy or a girl.
And what did you say?
Oh, man, for the first time, I had to really start thinking on my feet. I said
Did she have you scrambled a little bit?
Yeah, I said there's some boys that want to be. I said there's some boys that want to be girls, some girls that want to be boys. I was like, you're a girl. I was like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, I'm like, you're all good. So I was like, don't worry about that.
Yeah, you're a girl. You're all good. Let's not talk about this ever again. Thanks. Don't ever bring that up again. We can have party words, but that's not.
But she got me. She picked. She knew it wasn't just like it wasn't. It
wasn't anything that was instilled or taught into her. She just taught herself.
Now we can't watch Curb Your Enthusiasm
Thinks
anymore.
this law leaves rooms for districts like Rockland to adapt current policies to make them in line with the law. Now, on social media, the governor's office is really.
Man, I think it's the responsibility, maybe the code of ethics for a teacher to always alert their parent when their child is doing something out of ordinary. It is their absolute, almost definition of their job
Call an Amber Alert.
Is to notify the parents that little Johnny is not, acting one way or the other.
There's an incredible amount of mental health that's at stake if you just let a kid masquerade as the opposite sex and they're living with it and their parents don't. Whether their parents are accepting of it or not, like you got to find out. If your parents hate you because you feel like you're a different sex, then you can abandon them or whatever you need to do when you're 18. But I mean, as long as you're living with them, like
but you're right in the fact that, like, if indeed a person would start, little Johnny thinks he's Jenny, okay, and at that point,
my house would burn down with him in it. That's what would happen.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Man, that's hard. I guarantee your next son wouldn't feel that same way, would he?
No, sir. That's a tough way to go out, man.
In a burning house.
Yeah,
because your dad caught you with lipstick.
Oh man. Bubba, do you want super beats next?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right.
We only own 4.
Yeah. I was wasn't sure if you wanted to get this one out of the way.
But you always, I may not do one. I'll do one tomorrow.
Okay. Say good morning.
God, Gene Lasker, funnier than fuck, buddy.
Is now trying to determine, investigators now trying to determine whether roof access had been properly locked down. The shooter climbing up seemingly unimpeded, about 400 feet from the stage, with a direct line of sight on the former president. Should that roof have been secure, period?
That building in particular has a sloped roof at its highest point. We would want to put somebody up on a sloped roof. The decision was made to secure the building.
Investigators now.
Dr. Van Boom, Moneymaker.
Grandma's house. Don't all apps do that? Not really. Trust the #1 app real estate professionals trust. Turning this way. Be careful. Turning this way. Be careful.
Hey, when will the wheels be done?
Man, I just walked into that fucking door. Can we get a fucking nightlight or something?
What wheels?
All right, because they're calling me. I'm going to call them right now and tell them to come out to lunch.
What wheels? Oh, somebody's on me. I'm sorry.
He's on the phone.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I got Monster Jam calling me, killing me.
Oh, the one at the Emily?
No, the Bell, the company.
I meant like the one they're going to do up there, right?
I'm doing some wheels.
Oh, are you?
They want to know when they can come get them, probably.
Hi, Gene.
Hey, you coming right after lunch?
You want me to do that? Is that better?
Yep, but we'll be waiting on you.
All right. Yeah, I'll tell them.
Okay,
so it's 4 reps, 5 reps?
5.
5?
Yep.
Okay, great. Hey, did you get any blue yet?
Not yet. Hopefully this week, though.
Okay.
It should be tomorrow is what they told me.
All right. Thank you, Gene. You're welcome. Jesus, this is straight businessman.
Yeah, he's really
no added filler, no.
I respect it. Well, he's meeting with him. He's meeting with the guy. He doesn't need to talk now.
Yeah, me and Bill are pretty tight. He's a pretty cool character.
My kids in touch with him.
What would that bill be?
All my kids.
What's that?
What would that bill be?
The bill is $250 a rim, and it's 5 of them.
So we like $1,200.
Yeah, $1,250. I got 8 monster trucks to do 8 weeks in a row.
8 frames or
4,000 of truck.
But I'm talking about frames, right?
Yeah, the frame.
Do you do their wheels too?
Half a day to sandblast it, a half a day to prep it, and then a half a day to paint it.
But do you do their wheels too?
I do all the powder coating for all the Monster Jam.
So is it frame, wheels?
Sometimes it's everything. Sometimes it's the rear end and the front end. And
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
That means they got to send that rear end to you fucking.
When they build show trucks, I do the whole truck.
After the show, make sure to check out BubbaArmyHQ.com. It's all things Bubba 24/7. And now back to the BRN.
Let me, as we made Gene play a game today, name that vice president, which oddly enough he nailed. Just through being able to.
Because you guys gave me some hints on she was black and a dot head. I mean, black and an Indian. I'm sorry.
Yes, Gene.
I forgot. Did you beat me out?
No, I didn't bleep you out. We can get through it. It's no big deal.
Sorry.
A little bit. It's all right. No big deal.
But hey, if I put a red dot on my head and walk around, is that legal?
I think so.
I mean,
well, I don't know what the advantages in life you get.
You'd make Indian friends.
Well, you know what, Gene?
Because they don't talk to you if you don't have one. They just walk right by you.
All right, so Gene, maybe you always trying to be the marketer of your powder coating business. Maybe
just
you don't
try to
have
make Indian
you
friends.
probably have a large portion of Caucasian customers, and probably have a percentage of African American customers and Latin and Puerto Ricans and Latin and things like that.
I got them all.
Probably one market that you've not tapped into is the Indian market,
and Jews too.
Okay, you need some more Jews?
Well, I could use them because they got plenty of money, but they don't really come around ovens much.
Oh,
I mean, they don't come in. I don't know. They just won't come in.
I'll send out a newsletter to my temple.
Tell them I'm cool, man.
I will. No, I will.
Let me co-sign that as a deep apology.
I'm going to
please.
send some audio.
Maybe send flowers. I don't know.
Send a donation to the temple.
Can we write?
My landlord is a Jew, and he likes me.
Okay.
So I don't know why the rest of them don't.
Well, I'm Jewish. I like you.
Yeah.
I got 2 now.
I don't think you know. I mean, I don't think.
I only know 2 Jewish people. How many do you know?
I mean, like how many? Listen, Gene. Most Jewish dudes are running multi-million-dollar businesses and are super successful. They don't need anything powder coated from you. So maybe your business doesn't quite align with the Jewish faith.
Well, that's all right, but I'm
You
there
know
for
what I'm
them.
So why don't you make an official statement that you, Buffalo Powder Coating, you're available for Jew service, like you want to help the Jews?
I do.
I want to pay.
They pay.
Anything that you got, if you're Jewish, man, I'll get that right to the front because you're a good payer.
Yeah.
I've been looking for those rich Jewish people my whole life.
Yeah.
None in my family.
So anyway, listen, Lummy, as we had a game with Gene Lasker, I'm thinking that we could take Seth over to Gene's shop.
Oh, yeah.
And part of the Manning Up Seth series, and have Gene show Seth how to like Gene. There's some easy stuff like a fence rail, or just easy stuff. Like there's easy stuff that you powder
stuff down. I mean, we DA stuff, we wash stuff with acid.
Yeah, but you could teach him
Don't
the
want
whole.
to get it on you.
You could teach him the whole process.
Yeah.
How he was maybe have to. Don't you sometimes
Put him in the sandblasting booth and turn that machine on?
Yeah.
Wow.
From sand blasting to bead blasting to chemical treating to finally hooking up the electrodes and spraying the first coat of powder on that part.
Yeah.
Like take a part and go start to finish. We bead blast it first. We then acid dip it.
He could do it. I mean,
let's say I had a set of brake calipers that I wanted to get powder coated. But what would I do?
It goes in a sandblaster, and we sand it, blast it off.
All right.
Then it comes to the table behind the shop there where we work, and it gets DA'd or sanded down around the edges real good, so there's nothing blowed off, so no sand is in none of the cracks.
Mm-hmm.
If it's aluminum, it gets acid dipped or sprayed on it and then rinsed off so it can etch it. If it's steel, you don't have to touch it.
Right.
And then
You
it
hang
gets
it.
hung with some wire hung on a rack so the wire don't touch the product.
Right.
Where it's seen. And then it's rolled into
Usually it's hung up by like a hole or something like that.
Yeah.
That's on the where
where a bolt goes through, so that way because you're going to leave a line. And then it goes into the paint booth, which
you got to spray it. You got to spray it.
You got to spray the powder on it, and then it gets rolled into the oven.
Gets rolled into the oven. Maybe we could do all but the oven part with Seth. And I think
Why
it'd be
he'd
cool.
be afraid to push it in?
Well, I mean, like you said,
it's got an emergency switch on it. You can get out. It's not like a train.
Perfect.
Oh. I'm so scared but so excited.
I mean, you could be like, Mom, guess what? I was in a 450-degree human oven today, and she started. Oh my God, Sethy! But I had an emergency switch, and I was able to get out because you know what, Mom? I know how to. I'm a powder coater now. You got any lawn furniture that needs powder coated, Mom? I can do it for you. Down at Buffalo Avenue, powder coating.
It's not even the aspect of going into the oven. It's just that I could tell somebody that I sandblasted.
No, you can say
I could
not
tell,
only are you a sandblaster, but you're also a powder coater.
Right, and I could just put, like, if I ever was single and I had a dating bio, I'd be like powder coater, sandblaster, podcaster,
right,
man,
powder coater, sandblaster,
sounds good,
podcaster. Social media.
No, that's when it starts to get a little weird.
Okay.
But
and you changed your own oil before.
Oh God, I'm the
Yes.
best at. You need me to take a look at your truck?
No.
Okay, all right.
He's not the best at it, Gene.
But you taught him how to do it. I heard the show.
Yep,
and I was
I did.
going like, cool, man.
How to rotate his tires, how to check his air pressure.
Now when I'm home, I take my car apart and put it back together from scratch. Like that's how good I am.
But you know what, Seth? I don't think that you've probably checked your air pressure in your tires since we did it.
No, the air pressure's good, but I need new tires.
Does it have
the dash told you?
Does it have dash indicators?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I need new tires. Like I need.
I told you.
I need one. I
told you the hack on that, and I don't even want to say it on the air.
Oh, I forgot.
I got a hack on that.
Bubba.
I mean, if we could pull that off. What year is your car?
Yeah, but you got tire people, man.
21.
Yeah. Gene, I got to tell you this hack somebody told me on Facebook yesterday that's brilliant. It's right down Gene Lasker when he used to have to hustle days before you had money.
I mean, it's a great idea.
Buy them from Amazon and tell them you don't like them?
No, something far more maniacal than that.
That's what you're doing with the gold burger.
Yeah. We're gonna I'll wait till you hear this hack. But if your car's too old, then you might not be able to do it. So by the way, he has a Ford Fusion, but he calls it his Ford Hemi. It's his Hemi. So
don't tell him that stuff.
What do you call your car?
I said it. You asked me what engine, and I said it's got a Hemi, and I said it's got 725 horses under it.
Right. It's a 4-cylinder Focus or Fusion. So what year is your Fusion?
I think it's a 21.
Okay, you might be okay. We might be okay.
Are we going to talk about the hack?
No. But no, I don't want to be the guy that disseminates that information. That's very illegal. That's very. I would be broadcasting.
It's very illegal.
Well,
yeah, it's illegal.
What if we did it like we were telling the rental companies as a public service?
You've already said too much.
I said too much.
God damn you!
Damn me!
You're gonna get us in trouble.
With Hertz?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I know what I'm doing.
Who's gonna come arrest us? Enterprise?
Don't do it on my Wednesday.
You can't not. I didn't even want any of the participating parties involved.
Who thought of that? You, Bubba?
No, I saw it on Facebook.
You saw somebody doing it?
No, they said.
Oh,
yeah. There's people in chat saying that they.
I'll just say it, and I don't advise anybody to do it. It's highly illegal. I do not want anybody to do this. But you rent a car that's the same type of car and model and year that you have, which you can. You can specifically.
A nice sedan.
You can call up, your rental company and say, "Hey, I want a 2021."
If you think you're going to bring that rental car back with bald tires, and they're not going to see it.
Hold on, Gene. You can't bring them back when they're bald, but you can bring them back when they're kind of low. You change out your wheels and tires and put your old ones on the car, and it costs you a 1-day rental, $49.
Because I feel like they only look at the inside of the car and the gas.
They do. They do. They don't. I mean,
most things in life that you do good, you practice. You can't practice stealing tires. Okay, you either do it or you don't, and you're gonna get caught.
Well,
that's some wisdom.
That's not
right there.
inspirational. I thought he would really tell
anything that you're good at, you practice, and you can't practice stealing tires, so you're probably gonna get caught.
Yeah.
Gene with the words of wisdom.
Gene, you know what? I think between you and I, we could probably, between our tire connections.
I mean, I'll buy one.
Gene will buy one.
Just to keep you out of jail.
Hold on. So listen, I'm going to actually, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get a hold of Caesar or probably Caesar.
Caesar buys one. R&R buys one.
I'll just get a hold of Caesar and see what, the cheapest. We got to find out what are you, 225, 15, 75?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
I got it. What did you just say?
The size of your tire.
Yeah, they're 20s.
Let's go out and take a picture of a sidewall, what it is.
Yeah.
The size.
And then I'll find out what the cheapest combination of 4 tires is, and we'll see if Gene's going to sponsor one. I'll sponsor one. Anybody else want to,
Wait, are you talking about sponsoring my tires?
Yeah.
No. You guys are good.
No, then we always got something on you.
No, I
like, hey, you know what? No, and then it'd be like, hey, guess what? Shut up. That right front's on me, bitch.
I know.
Take my tire away? You're not going to be able to drive anywhere, bitch.
But you'll be on us.
That's why. Well, Gene could get mad at me one day and send some people to my house.
And it'd be on blocks.
Yeah.
But Gene only take the one he bought.
I know what that was.
Hey, let me tell you something. Sorry, Seth, but I had to take that left rear.
Gene, buy the spare too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spare.
Yeah. So Seth, what better way to get you?
Man, what do we got? What about chat? Why don't they donate something?
Oh, they will.
I bet they will.
They will.
There's got to be some tire people on it that can get a good deal on a tire.
Before you start, sending me money for
this wasn't a tire shakedown. We were just trying to
before
a tire hack.
Money, let me just find the sizes and see how economical I can get them, so we know what the damage is going to be.
Yeah, because a rent and roll is going to have takeoffs.
Right, we can get some takeoffs.
Are those spinners?
Yeah,
not the rim.
Gene, just tell them
Yeah.
They're spinners.
Why want the ones that still spin when I'm at the stoplight?
Well, we're not going to be able to get those. We're just going to get you some new tires, okay? Or some new.
Are you going to start rapping, or are you going to learn how to cut hair?
Whatever you want me to, sir.
So
who says I can't do one or the other right now?
Because
evidently you can if you know what spinners are.
Hey, was there any more of those donuts left?
Yeah, they're right here, Bubba.
Get you one of them apple ones. They're great.
All right, let's go into words. I got a lot to cover before we leave.
Yeah.
What's the after show today? Is it you?
No, it's not. That's Thursday. So
Operation Pigmentation.
Yeah. Operation Pigmentation will get dropped as a pod. Probably right at 10:30.
No, I got to tweak it a little bit. So I'll probably out about 11.
11 or so. Yeah. Operation Pigmentation.
We got Clement Kush from yesterday though. That's a good one.
Perfect. Back. I have to eat an apple crawler. Back in a minute.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com
right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show will be back after this.
Find out.
How do you?
Let me know in my head, so if I can find a good deal, I will.
I don't know.
It's so dark out here.
That's what I said. I walked into the bathroom door. It's really bad out there.
Turn the fucking light on.
Oh, I hit the tries during the last break. 30.
On the machine or the cable crossover?
Cable crossover.
With the rope?
Yeah, smooth. Real smooth.
Were you bent at the waist?
Yeah, I always lean over a little bit when I'm doing the tries. These might be from 7-Eleven, I think.
Okay.
Thanks, Hoss.
There's still donuts in here.
What up, Bob?
Yeah. Pork. Thank you, Gene. How about it? Tomorrow, 11 o'clock, Gene, we're going to go eat them Go Burger.
We're going to go do a Go Burger.
Mm-hmm.
What up, DDP?
I can't wait.
No, I haven't, Bubba fan. But I keep getting notifications that people keep liking my review. It's got.
You'll get to see my dogs, because my dogs will be at work with me.
No, they'll kill me.
No, they won't.
If you say, hey, dogs, don't bite this fat ass, they'll leave me alone.
As long as I'm standing there, Khaleesi, she'll love on you. She'll snip on you, and she'll tail wagging, and she'll want to play with you. Sometimes she wants to stand up and get face to face with you.
Which one's the meaner of the two?
It's hard to say that because they're both mean, but Kona, the baby, is such a lovable little character, and she doesn't bark unless she's mad. And but she bites people. She bites my friends. She nips at them and chases them. And you go to pet her, she'll growl right at your face.
What if I brought my pit bull over there?
They'll kill her.
What?
They'll kill that dog. When you see my dog, you'll say,
Will they work as a team?
Tim with the $5 for the tire super chat.
A $5 tire?
No,
he gave $5.
If I brought my dog and my dog was just trying
I don't know, Bubba. You know, everything that they ever got around, they want to kill it. You know, the turtles and the
Have they been around any other animals?
And the birds. When they were being trained not to.
You're the man, Pippi.
Not to be mean to other animals. So hopefully
Please do
that's
not
still
say
there.
anything or have anything go up in the air.
Anytime a dog comes by my fence, they're trying to rip the fence down to get her.
He's working on some stuff.
They've always been kind of.
Can you send me his tires?
Yeah, so I took a picture. I'll send it to you.
Thank you, Pippi. How big are they?
235, 20s. The 80s, 235 ADRs.
He's probably 225. He's probably 225.
235.
235.
235, 45, and 18 inch.
18?
Got good tire on there.
Send me a picture.
I'm sending it right now.
How do my tires look, Lummy? Do they look bald?
No, you still have tread.
Send me a picture.
I'm doing that, brother.
I got tread.
Yeah, you still got tread.
235, 45, 20s. 18.
Where's my goddamn picture?
So I was messaging Macho for some audio.
God. You got your boss asking for something, and you're.
Send it to you.
He said
It takes a time. I can't do
cheap-ass
anything about
phone.
the internet.
Two 35, 45 ZR18s.
That's a good tire, ZR tire. The high speed tire.
I hit fucking 90 before.
Gee,
you, man.
Go 10.
Gee, remember when we would be going down in our Fords?
Duck God. Yes,
at
I have a Ford.
100 down I-4 bump drafting each other?
114 mile an hour bump drafting.
Bump drafting each other.
That's as fast as we could go because we was on the rev limiter. And we kept bumping each other, boom, making each other go faster.
And then the other guy would catch a little bit of a draft and he'd slingshot the dude.
And then he'd shotgun him.
And then he would be in the lead for about.
How about when we was flying down the interstate with the cop behind us and in front of us at one time?
Thank you, Espel.
Yeah, how about the time when we used to go open the side door and get big rears?
Throw tires out.
And throw them out? Oh.
After the show, make sure to check out BubbaArmyHQ.com. It's all things Bubba 24/7. And now back to the BRN.
Almost out of here. God, Gene.
There's a lot of things we can't talk about, Bubba.
I think we can probably talk about that now.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it's been 20 years. Like if any of those tires.
If somebody died, then they'll still come get us.
I don't think anybody died.
You don't know.
So, but how? So
Thank you, Jim 10.
we had this hauler, and you know, so
It was a Kodiak box. It was a 12 by 12 box. You know,
yeah,
12
and
foot
so
long
that's where we
box.
would be hanging out. And usually at the end of the night, we have our used right rears from our sprint car in the back of the hauler, and
the left rears, and, you know, all of them.
All the tires are not in the living quarters; they're back in the trailer. But we figured out this new game we could play. And we had to get rid of these tires.
When it started out, we piled them up in there because we were going to pull right up next to a dumpster and then throw them in people's dumpsters.
Yeah, makes sense.
And but we never got to a dumpster, so now we're going down the road and we have to smell these tires, And so
we got him in the cab part. So the cab part had this door, like this RV door that you did 2 steps down, and like literally your next step would be on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And Lasker goes, "Give me one of those tires." And Hillbilly, get in the left lane. And so we're literally on I-4, like around Lakeland, going, I don't know, 65, 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And Gene gets to the bottom stair, opens up the door, and throws one tire out because we just want to see what it's going to do, right?
Oh, boy.
And all of a sudden, the tire, it hits the road.
It's a drag tire, so it's soft.
And it literally gets the size of a dragster tire.
Real tall and like a foot wide. Now, this is an 18-inch wide tire.
And it
that
actually
goes to a foot because the G-force of it zinging at 70 made the tire really skinny.
Yeah.
It was the most amazing thing just to look at it. And it got to the point where we could just throw the tire out and it would automatically pick back up and
it could
start
even
rolling.
be folded, and we just threw the tire out, and somehow because we were going 80 miles an hour and it hit the asphalt,
it would turn into a tire.
It turned into a tire. And one time Hillbilly goes, "Hey man, easy on the tires. I'm having to dodge them up here. They're passing me."
Yeah. But the problem is they probably fell and stopped on the road somewhere.
Think about if somebody hits 109 inch.
Yeah, here I am, a motorcyclist, and I don't want to hit a tire in the nighttime. I can't see it.
Oh my God! If you hit a sprint car,
man.
That probably wasn't very responsible for us. Now, was it, Gene?
No, sir.
I could to this day.
But so cool to see.
I've told the story to a couple of my friends over the years, and it's just so Gene Lasker. Remember how, Lummy, we ended the last segment into a stop set where Gene said if little Jerry came up and told him he was little Jenny, that he'd be in that house that was burning down.
Yeah.
I got a better story, but I can never tell it on the radio.
Oh.
James Green, $25 on the PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army, and it's a story I could maybe tell you privately.
Yeah, you can tell him privately. That's just because I'm a good friend.
Anyway, I was dating a girl in Jacksonville who had, and I'm actually ending the show with this because, Lummy, our dump is off right now.
Yes.
And so, but she had a biracial son. And Lasker had an opinion about that. And
I just didn't think it was going to fit in with us making the millions of dollars we were fixing to be making, traveling around the country, doing our show.
With a half of a black kid.
Yeah, with a big bush head. One of them froze.
Okay, Gene. That's why we can't tell the story any further. I'm going to have to tell it privately to those that want to know.
The cops.
The cops. Gene, great job today.
Hey, friend. Sarah, I love you.
Hey, Sarah, how about it? Love you. Does Sarah know how much, Gene, we've been through and how much I appreciate you? And I hope that she's hope she likes me. I hope Sarah likes me.
Sarah likes you. Sarah likes everybody. She's a
Well,
humanitarian.
no, Sarah knows good people from bad people.
Yeah, but she knows good people from bad people.
She knows people that are good for you, and she knows people that are bad for you.
Yeah.
And I hope that she knows that I got your best interest.
She does.
Okay, perfect. I love you, Sarah. Say it.
I love you, Sarah.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian Lummit,
co-host Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire of Council, co-host J. Diaco Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council,
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I repeat hello.